Meiman. I am Groot, I am Buddha at the beginning. Chapter 1. Wake up from a deep sleep. Groot found himself lying inside a cold and ruined spaceship. Through the string window, you can see the endless starry sky. One by one, the dazzling disk of deep sky objects rotates. Infinite doubts immediately arose to him. Because before that, he was still staying up late on the stars. However, stunned, he came to this world. I'm Groot. Groot let out a moment of wonder. But I found that my voice became strange. Stiffness in the throat. It seems that there is no sound at all other than the three words, yes, Groot. Through a glass of glass, carefully examine your current image. Suddenly, a chill rose in Groot's heart. What's going on? He actually traveled to the Marvel world. He also became a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Treeman Groot. As the last descendant of the Flower God Giant Elephant clan, Groot has all the abilities of the Flower God Colossus clan. Ability to control plant growth. It is also the oldest plant life. His body is tall and burly. The body surface has a unique wood texture. All organs in the body, including teeth, are also made of wood. He also has super stamina. As long as it is not devastated, it can heal itself indefinitely. Even if you break your bones, you can be reborn again. And when he appeared, he formed a partner with Rocket Raccoon, specializing in catching the bounty criminals of the Nova Empire. It was like becoming an experienced intergalactic hunter. However, changing from a human to a tree man still made Groot feel depressed for a while. What's more, he is in the famous Marvel world. This world, in the near future, is about to break out into an infinite war that will sweep the entire universe. A crazy titan with a murderous nature, he tries to collect 6 infinity stones and snap his fingers. After snapping your fingers, half of the universe will be wiped out. He didn't dare to gamble on that 1 in 2 chance. Even if I come to the Marvel world, can I only have no chance with female characters? Groot looked pained. A wry smile appeared on his face. Soon, he heard a grinning sound. Groot, don't be stunned. We just escaped from the prison of supreme evolution. You have to keep your spirits up. The person who spoke was furry, like a small raccoon. However, there are traces of mechanical modification on his body. Also with highly developed senses and hands-on ability. Know almost everything in the known universe about gunship construction. He is a true master of weapons. It is also one of the future members of the Silver Guard. He called himself a rocket. Only Groot, the tree man, can gain his trust. I'm Groot. Groot complained secretly. Although he has accepted the fact of traveling to the Marvel world, he still feels a pang of irritation. He was at a loss about his future. And at this time, a crisp and graceful voice announcement suddenly sounded. Ding! The check-in system is bound. Please go to the first check-in location within 30 minutes to check in. Complete the check-in and get unexpected rewards. Check-in timeout. There are no rewards. Check-in location, Xandar Star. Well, what was that? Check-in system. My plug-in arrived. Groot smiled. A look of ecstasy also appeared on his face. He never thought that he still had a plug-in. Xandar Star. This is the home planet of the Nova Empire. It is also a prestigious trading capital and a civilized city. All creatures of different races and civilizations come together here. The entire star domain is also within the supervision of the Nova Empire. Regardless of any violence, the Nova Army will immediately dispatch to apprehend them. Directly to the depths of space, Klin Prison. I'm Groot. Groot points out a star map coordinate. It is the check-in location indicated by the system. Xandar Star. You're going to this place. Good idea. The Nova Legion will definitely be able to shelter us. Rocket Raccoon had a weird smile on his face. In an instant, launch the spaceship, turn on the space jump mode, and rush towards the Nova Empire. A huge spatial crack emerged. It was as if the curtain of the universe had been torn out of thin air. After a continuous jump, soon, Groot saw a shining civilized planet. The planet, surrounded by artificial celestial bodies of various sizes and spacecraft with different symbols, shuttles in low Earth orbit. The flag of the Nova Empire comes into view. Seeing the alien civilization different from his memory, Groot felt a wave of excitement. However, he is still looking forward to the check-in reward given to him by the check-in system. Hope to make him change his life. instead of becoming a cute pet in the Silver Guard team. The spacecraft is full power. Then, under the scanning of the drone, it directly crossed the first line of defense and entered the interior of the planet. View the entire Xandar star from above. You can see the dusty sci-fi buildings, stacked one after another, towering. Nova Empire, as an advanced cosmic civilization in the known universe, already almost control the entire star field. A superintelligent computer has even been developed. It's called the World Brain. Through the Nova power generated by the world's brain, all the Nova Legion fighters also possess all kinds of incredible abilities. Known as the Green Lantern Corps of the Marvel world. Dock the spacecraft at a civilian airfield. The hatch opens. Rocket Raccoon and Groot have also officially stepped into the land of Xandar Star. At the same time, Groot's ears also sounded a heavenly sound. Ding! Congratulations to the host for arriving at the check-in location. Check-in reward distribution completed. Is that all right? Groot looked beaming. Soon, in the system backpack space, he saw a strange fruit full of spiral patterns. This fruit is shaped like the devil fruit of the pirate world. It instantly made Groot's heart stir. Even his eyes lit up. The information provided by the system also further proves his guess. After seeing the name of the devil fruit, he could hardly hide his smile, which made the Rocket Raccoon feel inexplicable. What are you doing, silly? Mori Mori fruit, the nurturer of life that stands side by side with the sea. After eating this fruit, it will also become nature itself. Note: the weakness of the fruit, as well as the defect of not being able to go into the sea, has been erased by the system. Closing parenthesis. Seeing the name of this devil fruit, Groot suddenly felt ecstasy in his heart. He couldn't contain his emotions at all. After all, the value of this fruit was completely beyond his expectations. Mori fruit. It belongs to Admiral Green Bull. This is a valuable natural devil fruit. Whoever eats this fruit can control the power of nature. Control the growth of all plants. It can also turn the wilderness into an oasis in an instant. Even the body can be woodened and turned into a terrifying giant. With this devil fruit, the great General Green Bull hardly had to eat. You can also summon vines to entangle your opponents. Pierce the branch into the target's body and absorb the enemy's life force. Moreover, even the defensive power of the great General Green Bull has reached an incredible level. You can also summon a flower to fly in the air. Of course. Due to the characteristics of the Sensen fruit, the ability is naturally afraid of fire attacks. However, once Groot obtains the tricolor domineering of the pirate world through the check-in system, it will be able to make up for this shortcoming. And develop the devil fruit to the extreme realm. After allowing the Sensen fruit to awaken, the power of the Sensen fruit will also be able to skyrocket again. Maybe it can be comparable to the blood succession limit between the original Hokage Thousand Hand Pillars. Mu Duan. Turn plants into invincible wooden men. Even, it can also create the strongest wooden ninjutsu that destroys the decay. What thousands of hands? Buddha on top. It's powerful enough to change the landscape. Condense your entire weight into your fists and destroy mountains and smash meteorites with almost every attack. The Sensen fruit is enough to give Groot wings. Instantly possess top-notch combat power. Even in the near future, the outbreak of infinite war, which affects the entire universe, has the qualifications to dominate the plot. His fate will also change drastically with this Sensen fruit. There's no need to worry about extinction anymore. Maybe he can use this Sensen fruit to become a human. There was hardly the slightest hesitation. Groot took out the Sensen fruit. One bite down. Juice fills the lips. A sweet and delicious feeling burst on the tip of the tongue. It seems that the check-in system also changes the unpalatable characteristics of the devil fruit. The taste of the devil fruit also made Groot want to stop. Look directly at the Rocket Raccoon. Groot, what are you eating? Don't have my share. Rocket Raccoon looked envious. Immediately, Groot ate the Sensen fruit and wiped it clean. He felt an unprecedented physical and mental transformation, bursting out. All his life energy also gushed out from his body. At this moment, he has incarnated into nature itself. Power to control all nature and plants. Moreover, the degree of control over the body has reached the point of arm-like fingers in an instant. Even his throat changed. Be able to express more words. Through the power of the Sensen fruit, he also reshaped his own image. The body is permeated with a texture of skin. His face also showed normal facial features. The sudden huge change also made the rocket change Bear's eyes straight. Groot, you even have the ability to transform. The rocket smashed its tongue. Yes. After coming to Xandar Star, it seems that I have opened up my physical potential. Groot paused and said slowly. The voice fell. Rocket Raccoon's face also showed shock. My god. You were able to speak. What's so tricky about Xandar Star? Why don't I feel a little? Rocket chatter. Then, he was also carefully looking at Groot's new image. Although the appearance is very much like the alien natives he hates. But you can also see a hint of handsomeness. Don't worry. I'm still your friend. Groot laughed. Immediately, he unleashed the power of the Sensen fruit. With his foothold as the center of the circle, within a radius of 10 meters, all the green plants actually began to grow wildly and savagely. All plants are blossoming and bearing fruit. Colorful. Like a miracle. It also amazes alien tourists. They all knocked on the shutter and recorded this wonderful moment. Sensen fruit. The changes given to him do not stop there. Over time, he will also continue to develop more fruit abilities. Until you take full control of this devil fruit. Even, he will try to awaken the Sensen fruit. Hey, you did that. A burly patrol guard walked over. He wears a Nova uniform. All over his body, he exuded an awe-inspiring momentum. Let the Rocket Raccoon's heart jump. He didn't want to be put in cling. Yes, that's right. I was able to control plants. Groot confessed. The commander of Xandar Star just planned to green the palace. It's a good pay. Are you interested? Nova Defender smiled. As long as there is no violation of the law, it will lead to violent conflict. The Nova Legion will not interfere. Green Palace. I'd love to. Groot replied. Then, the Nova Guardian led the two to a palatial palace. This is the headquarters of the Nova Legion. It is also the urban hub of Xandar Star. A place for government offices. I hope you can change the environment here. A rising star guard with the rank of Centurion said with a smile. Guaranteed to complete the task. Groot looked resolute. Soon, he unleashed the power of the Sensen fruit. The seeds planted in the soil, under his control, quickly germinated and broke through the soil. In the blink of an eye, all the clearing was covered with lush plants. Flowers. It's bright. A refreshing fragrance pervades. He not only accelerated the growth of all plants, but also changed the form of all plants. This divine ability is also an eye-opener for all Nova Defenders. The remuneration was given to Groot at the first time. Fantastic. Groot. This is the first pot of gold we earned. Gotta find a place to celebrate. Rocket Raccoon raised his eyebrows and smiled. The two also came to a tavern. After a full meal. But at this time, Groot saw a familiar sand sculpture. Is picking up a cute alien girl on the street. Star-Lord. Star-Lord. Peter Quill. He is from Earth, but he has half celestial blood. When he appeared in Xandar Star, it also represented the official beginning of the plot of Guardians of the Galaxy. In the play, he betrays the Marauders and travels alone to Morag to retrieve the cosmic orb. Also intended to sell to the broker Carlo. Inside the cosmic spirit sphere, it contains an infinity stone. With this infinity stone, you can master all forms of power in the universe. You can also raise your abilities to infinity. Not only Carlo the broker, but also the acquisition of the cosmic spirit ball. Even Tivan, the owner-collector of the Void Land, intends to buy the cosmic spirit orb. Even, it came out to a sky-high price of 4 billion star yuan. Groot's eyes flashed, lost in thought. He must not let the cosmic spirit ball fall into the hands of Thanos. Once Thanos snaps his fingers, half of the creatures in the universe will be wiped out. Who dares to guarantee that he will not be destroyed? In order to get the cosmic orb. After the Silver Guardians took out the accuser Ronan, Thanos led the army to directly destroy Xandar Star. Therefore, he must protect the cosmic spirit orb. He also has the power to control this infinity stone. Rocket. I found the next mission objective. Groot rolled his eyes. Immediately, it pointed to Peter Quill not far away. Mission objectives. The rocket turned on the scanning device and instantly checked Peter Quill's wanted warrant. 40,000 star yuan. Fantastic. Groot. We can make a lot of money again. Rocket grinned and smiled. His favorite things are weapons and treasure. Who would have thought that after coming to Xandar Star, there would be an unexpected harvest? However, just as the two were acting, Peter Quill went directly to Carlo's shop, the broker. Even a mysterious woman in a black robe set her sights on Peter Quill. Rocket. Peter gave Quill a treasure worth up to 4 billion star dollars. Groot said seriously. 4 billion star dollars. Olin Shet. Groot, you're not kidding, are you? Rocket was stunned. I almost suspected that I had auditory hallucinations in my ears. However, a hint of greed immediately appeared in his eyes. 4 billion stars. Enough for him to buy a planet and live the life of a drunken landowner. He must not let this fat sheep go. Wait. Groot. Peter Quill. How do you know his name? Rocket hindsight. Don't care about these details. Groot laughed. Soon, Peter Quill came to the broker Carlo. He handed the cosmic orb to Carlo the broker, and he had to be paid. Worth up to 10 million star dollars. However, after he mentioned the name of the accuser Ronan, the broker Carlo's face changed. Ronan. He is a veritable war maniac. I don't want to anger Ronan. Quote. Otherwise, not only me, but even my planet will cease to exist. Carlo the broker is timid as a rat. Knocked Peter Quill directly out of his shop. The transaction was also cancelled by the way. Peter Quill held the spirit ball in his hand with a complicated expression. Before that, he had never heard of the name of the accuser Ronan. It is also not clear the entanglement of the Nova Empire and the Kree Empire. But at this time, he suddenly saw an alien woman standing on the side. She has green skin, bright teeth, long hair and waist. Graceful posture. Flexibility without losing strength. Although she greeted Peter Quill, her eyes were always on the cosmic spirit ball. Because she needs the cosmic orb. After selling the cosmic spirit ball to the collector Tivan, she can completely get rid of Thanos, and there is no need to endure Thanos's call and drink. However, Peter Quill, who was on the brain, thought that this dangerous woman was attracted to his personality charm. A scratch of the head. But unprepared, he was robbed of the cosmic spirit ball. Hey, that's my stuff. Quote. Peter Quill snorted. Immediately, he took out a special device and threw it towards Gamora. Gamora received an electric shock and fell to the ground instantly. Even the cosmic spirit ball rolled to the side. Directly rolled down to the feet of a powerful tree man of Kongwu. A string of vines rose from the fingertips of the tree man and slowly picked up the cosmic spirit ball. The goal is here. Groot curled the corners of his mouth. Just get ready to leave this place of right and wrong. Hand over the spirit ball. Carmella roared angrily and directly pulled out a sharp sword. Cut off Groot's arm. Since Groot's body is all wooden, it simply cannot withstand the burning and cutting of sharp objects. A knife mark several inches deep immediately appeared on his shoulder. Gamora almost cut off his entire arm. Fortunately, the Mori fruit strengthened his physique and strengthened his own abilities. A moment later, the knife edge heals rapidly. Gamora's surprise was a moment. What kind of monster are you? Gamora's pupils shrank. I didn't expect that there was another force that was also staring at the cosmic spirit orb. It seems that the tree man in front of him has long known the mystery of the cosmic spirit ball. It also caused a chill in her heart. After all, Xandar Star, as the home planet of the Nova Legion. The Nova Legion is stationed here all year round. She must capture the cosmic orb as soon as possible, take a spaceship, and leave this land of right and wrong. Hey, didn't you all put me in your eyes? This spirit ball is my booty. Peter Quill let out a strange cry. Immediately, he also took a step and rushed towards Groot. As an experienced predator, a skilled space thief, he is very good at seizing opportunities. However, the rocket on the side for a bear has long been on the look. Directly unfold the firearm, and an electric shock is fired. Knocked Peter Quill to the ground in an instant. Mew done. 4-pillar prison. Groot chanted softly. The next moment, a surging force of nature immediately enveloped within a radius of 10 meters. The flowers and trees on the street began to grow wildly. In a blink of an eye, it turned into a wooden cage, trapping Gamora's and Peter Quill's respectively. At the same time, the Nova Legion also came to the place of the incident in a spaceship. A golden light fell down. In an instant, everyone at the scene was controlled. You have all been arrested for destroying public property. A rising star guard with the rank of Centurion arrived. However, he soon discovers the existence of Groot the Tree Man and the Rocket Raccoon. Why is public property destroyed? This Centurion is blessed and has a thick face. His name is Danilian Day. He is also the right-hand man of Nova Supreme of the Nova Legion. Jackie Centurion. Don't get me wrong. We are protecting Xandar. Groot smiled and was full of sincerity. Immediately, he raised the cosmic spirit ball. Ding. Please check in at the next check-in location within 30 minutes. Check-in location, Klin Prison. A crisp and pleasant voice broadcast sounded. Check-in system, a new check-in task is issued again. Hey, Klin Prison. The system actually wants to put itself in jail. Groot looked constipated. Klin Prison. This is a space prison built by the Nova Empire. Superfortress with the highest level of security. Moored at the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy. In a deserted meteorite belt. It is full of heinous interstellar criminals and outlaws. He doesn't want to go to jail. However, the system can provide him with rich rewards from the heavens and realms. Klin Prison, a must-go. However, it seems that he can go to Klin Prison in another capacity. Protect Xandar Star. Protect Xandar Star by destroying public property. Groot, do you think you can fool me with this kind of rhetoric? Dai Centurion looked serious. As the right-hand man of Nova Supreme, he has always been thoughtful and meticulous. Although, it looks like an iron. But his eyes were vicious, and he could see at a glance that Groot was lying. Soon, he took out a pair of handcuffs and was about to put the torture instrument on Groot. But at this time, Groot raised the cosmic orb. Jackie Centurion. It's not a secret, this is the cosmic spirit ball. He said. There is an infinity stone sealed inside. Ronan the Accuser is looking for this thing. Once he obtains the cosmic orb, he will retaliate against the Xandar Star. And I took the cosmic spirit ball to avoid falling into Ronan's hands. Isn't this protecting Xandar Star? Groot had a serious expression and sonorous words. His words also attracted the great attention of the Nova Legion. Captain Dai Centurion also notified the Supreme Commander of the Nova Legion, Nova Supreme. Groot, what plane are you working on? The cosmic spirit orb worth 4 billion star yuan, you actually plan to give it to the Nova Legion too. As the brain pumping, the Rocket Raccoon scratched his ears and scratched his cheeks, depressed to the extreme. After all, he doesn't have a habit of generating electricity for love. Taking the spirit ball for yourself and secretly selling it is the best choice. Mr. Groot, are you sure there is an infinity stone in it? Nova Supreme, with silver hair, exquisite makeup, and a Nova uniform. Although, the years worked on her face. But the style has not diminished back then. It also exudes the charm of a mature woman. The moment she received the news, she took a small spaceship to the place of the incident. Looking at the cosmic spirit orb carefully, her face gradually became serious. Infinity stones. Refined from the essence of the 6 singularities born of the Big Bang. It carries an endless amount of energy. Before this, Nova Supreme and Dai Centurion had also heard about it. But never really seen the Infinity Stones. Null Supreme. I heard that the accuser Ronan has broken the peace agreement and is still destroying the forward outpost of the Nova Empire. Right. Think about it, Ronan the accuser got the power gem, what crazy move would he make? And if you want to put down the accuser Ronan, you must have another neutral force. I, Groot, am about to form the Guardians of the Galaxy. May I follow the work of dogs and horses? Groot smiled and said. He told the crowd about his ideas. That's right. In this American manga world with unknown sequence, he decided to create the Guardians of the Galaxy himself. And, as the captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Nova Empire is his first partner. Guardians of the Galaxy. Settle the accuser Ronan. Are you sure? Emperor Dai Centurion and Nova Supreme looked at each other, and almost saw a trace of disbelief in each other's eyes. However, the two of them looked moved, and they also saw the feasibility of the plan. There is indeed a need for a neutral force to balance the dispute between the Nova Empire and the Kree Empire. I'm pretty sure. Nova Supreme. I need to go to Klin Prison to pick my teammates. The Nova Empire can control the outlaws I recruit through biochips. Without further ado. The news of the cosmic spirit ball will leak out sooner or later. Because it's not just Ronan trying to get the cosmic spirit orb. Even the cosmic emperor Thanos is coveting this spirit orb. Thanos. The Nova Legion exclaimed in silence. Everyone has heard of this name. Thanos. He came from Titan in the Red Crow star system. Cruel by nature. Insidious and cunning. He founded the Order of Darkness from scratch and entrenched himself in the Holy Domain. I have always taken pleasure in slaughtering planets. The Nova Legion did not fight Thanos, but it always ended in failure. In time, the name of Thanos resounded throughout the known universe. All interstellar civilizations are fearful of it. Such as avoiding snakes and scorpions. Lest you run away. Even half of the population of the home planet of Gamora died at the hands of Thanos. Cosmic Spirit Orb. It turned out to be what Thanos asked for. Where did you get the news? Nova Supreme's gaze burned. The brain is also running fast. Noah Supreme. That's true. I don't have any malice. Groot looked straight at him, not the slightest bit timid at all. By the eyes. Nova Supreme saw a sincere heart. Immediately, she let out a sigh. Mr. Groot, I am very much in favor of your plan to form the Guardians of the Galaxy. You are also allowed to go to Klin Prison and choose the team members you approve. However, the Cosmic Spirit Ball must remain in Xandar Star. Nova Supreme put forward his own conditions. Nope. Nova Supreme. The Cosmic Spirit Ball is in my hand to attract the accuser Ronan. Otherwise, it will only bring unprecedented disasters to Xandar Star. Groot refused. Truly. Pifu is not guilty, he is guilty. This is a universal truth. Cosmic Orb. As a hot potato. Once the Xandar Star is taken, then the entire known universe, all interstellar civilizations will be in panic. It must be ensured that the Cosmic Orb is stored in the hands of a reliable person. Nova Supreme can only trust Groot's personality and will not abuse the Infinity Stones to do whatever he wants. Trust. It's the foundation of cooperation. Noah Supreme. I don't hide anything in the slightest. And I'll finish off Ronan the Accuser for you. Groot immediately promised. I hope so. Nova Supreme compromised. Soon, everyone boarded a spaceship. This spaceship, after flying out of the low Earth orbit of Xandar Star, immediately turned on the space jump mode, tore the curtain of the universe, and flew directly to Klin Prison. A moment later, a cosmic fortress suspended in the depths of space comes into view. This field of stars is bleak. There are no deep sky objects in existence. Only a belt of meteorites is suspended here. Enter the interior of Battlestar Galactica. The moment you leave the cabin and step into Kling's prison. A heavenly sound sounded. Ding. Congratulations to the host for arriving at the check-in location. Check-in reward distribution completed. Listen to the voice broadcast in your ears. A burst of ecstasy immediately appeared on Groot's face. Open the system backpack space. I saw a mysterious substance come into view. Intercolumnar cell, flesh and blood tissue from the ninja god's original Hokage. Note. The rejection reaction of intercolumn cells, the system has been erased. Closing parenthesis. See your check-in rewards. Groot couldn't help but glare green. The chest immediately became scalding. Intercolumnar cells. He actually got this thing. Senjukuma, as a legendary ninja of the Naruto world. Not only is he known as the ninja god by the ninja world. He also possesses a unique wooden ninjutsu. Ability to change any form for attack and defense. Moreover, he also inherited the immortal body of the second son of the six immortals. Extremely resilient. Even the chakra he has is unfathomable. He can even open higher level battle forms. Immortal mode. Cast powerful immortal spells. Elevate the power of strength, speed, physical skills, and illusion to an incomparable extreme realm. Even the ability to heal itself is different from ordinary people. Once you turn on immortal mode, black stripes will appear at the corners of your eyes. A black bullseye appears on the forehead. And after eating the intercolumn cells, he was able to have a flawless immortal body. Directly control the unique blood succession limit between the thousand hand pillars. Mu Duan. Elevate the power of the Sensen fruit to another level again. It is tantamount to breaking into the realm of fruit awakening in advance. Able to manipulate the power of nature and summon 1,000 hands Guanyin with countless giant arms. What thousands of hands? Buddha on top. Even Susanoo can't match the power of the Buddha on top. Fortunately, he convinced Nova Supreme to come to Klin prison on a Nova spaceship. Otherwise, he will miss the opportunity to become the ninja god. Of course. After eating the intercolumn cells, it does not mean that he becomes a thousand-handed intercolumn. He also needs to further familiarize himself with and develop the abilities he possesses. And to form the Guardians of the Galaxy, the members he needed to recruit had long had a favorite choice. Groot. Please pick your players. I hope you can protect the Cosmic Spirit Orb. Avoid the power gem from falling into Ronan's hands. Die Centurion who accompanied him led everyone forward. Soon, it came to the control center. I saw outlaws and interstellar criminals in yellow prison uniforms, gathered in twos and threes. Even Gamora and Peter Quill have experienced some humiliation. Came to the activity area of Klin prison. Mr. Centurion. I need Gamora and Peter Quill, and an alien warrior named Drax. Groot has a heart. Without any hesitation, several names were named. Drax. People send nicknames Destroyer. Previously, he caused a riot in Sokka Star before he was captured by us. I heard that he has a blood feud with the accuser Ronan. A good helper indeed. The Centurion brought up the information of Drax the Destroyer, and a smile appeared on his face. Groot. What snacks are you eating again? Rocket Raccoon frowned. A look of gluttony. Immediately, Groot's body shook, and he felt that the cells between the columns melted in the mouth. A huge torrent is changing his anatomy. All genes, tissues, and genetic material have also undergone earth-shaking metamorphosis at the same time. Even the skin and facial features are becoming more and more human. Without careful identification, it is almost impossible to find out that he is the Colossus of Flowers. At this moment, he also possessed an unfathomable mass of chakra. You can perform Mudden ninjutsu almost effortlessly. Sensen fruit, and the natural ability of the Flower God Colossus clan. Under the blessing of the intercolumn cells, it was elevated to an unprecedented extreme realm. Even, Groot can sense all the flowers and trees within 100 meters. You can hear the sounds of nature. Read the emotions of all plants. All plants became his eyeliner. This is an unparalleled ability to defy the sky. As the only last descendant of the Colossus of the Flower God. In time, let the Sensen fruit awaken. Thoroughly grasp the full potential of intercolumn cells. Maybe he can make the Flower God Colossus reappear in the world. Give plants life. Turn stillness into motion. Of course. There is still a long way to go. His biggest reliance is still the innate check-in system. With the check-in system, the mysterious ability of the heavens and realms is opened. Sooner or later, he will be able to break through the boundaries of species. Become the legendary god Groot. Possess divine power that rivals the Earth Father. He knew more about Earth than he did about the known universe. Earth. As the main stage of the world of American comics. How far has the plot going? Groot does not know. After all, the beautiful comic world he is in may not be the main universe. It is also possible that there are other parallel space-times. Time, space, and reality are not single linear structures. It's a prism with infinite possibilities. A trivial choice can create a whole new universe outside of the world you know. And he has changed the plot of this world. Guardians of the Galaxy. Not only born ahead of schedule. And, he also became the captain. Why did you come to Kling's prison too? Want to find cutting? Quickly return the Cosmic Spirit Orb to me. Peter Quill looked upset. After being taken to the control center, he rolled up his sleeves and almost got into a fight. I heard that you plan to form a Guardians of the Galaxy. Gamora's voice is crisp. The expression on his face also had a hint of coldness. She is known as the most dangerous woman in the universe. He is also the #1 assassin under Thanos. Klin prison, many outlaws, were sent inside by her. As long as you can take out the accused Ronan. I'm willing to do anything. Drax the Destroyer, 5 big 3 thick. A not very smart look. Ronan, the accuser, once killed his wife and children. In order to take revenge, he has been looking for traces of the accuser Ronan. He has super strength and super stamina. Well-developed limbs and simple mind. But he is also a fierce general. At this point, all the original members of the Guardians of the Galaxy have gathered. Gamora, Peter Quill, under the skin of Drax the Destroyer, were also implanted with biochips. Through this chip, the traces of the 3 people can be controlled in real time. Once an act of betrayal occurs, it will also cause an explosion. Groot's proposal was highly recognized by Nova Supreme. Even, she plans to control all the outlaws in this way and form a secret army, dedicated to performing unseemly secret missions for the Nova Empire. For example, destroy the frontier outposts of the Kree Empire. Of course, the whole plan is not original to Groot. He referenced the idea of the Cosmic Suicide Squad next door. Groot, where is the buyer of the Cosmic Orb? 4 billion star yuan. Are you really unmoved? Rocket Raccoon lowered his voice and muttered. 4 billion stars. Enough for him to spend into the next life. 4 billion star dollars. You also plan to sell the Cosmic Orb to collectors. Gamora's looked puzzled. Collector. The full name is Tanlia Tivan. He is the earliest intelligent life in the universe. Born with an immortal talent. To avoid long years and usher in self-completion. Tivan, the collector, chose collecting as his lifelong hobby. He is also the master of the Void Land. The Tivan group had occupied the Void Land hundreds of years ago. In his museum, it has rare and exotic objects in the world. He didn't try to snap his fingers with the Infinity Stones. He just wants to collect the Infinity Stones. That's all. Collector. The Void Land. Is there really such a place? Peter Quill exclaimed in a lost voice. 4 billion stars. Much higher than the multi-million pay of Carlo the Broker. As a thief in space. But he still can't resist the temptation of money. Even, plan to make a lot of money. I just want to finish off Ronan. Drax the Destroyer said in a scowl voice. Mr. Groot. Don't forget your mission. Attract the accuser Ronan through the Cosmic Orb. I hope you don't lead the war to Xandar Star. Emperor Day looked serious and sonorous. Nova Legion. The reason for tolerating the existence of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nature has a purpose. If you can't solve the accuser Ronan, then, the Nova Legion will definitely show no mercy and arrest everyone on the spot. Ding. Please check in at the next check-in location within 30 minutes. Check-in location. Void Land. A beautiful voice announcement sounded. Groot's eyebrows twitched slightly. Land of nothingness. It seems that he has no choice. After all, the check-in rewards awarded to him by the check-in system are all the best of the best. Mori Fruit. Intercolumn cells. In an instant, he had top-level combat power. It also makes him can't wait to prove his strength. Ronan the Accuser is undoubtedly the best meat target. Go. Go to the void. Don't worry. Jackie Centurion. I'm not going to sell the Infinity Stones. Groot rolled his eyes. Since what collectors are asking for is not the Infinity Stones, but the Cosmic Orb. So, why not sell the Cosmic Orb to collectors? The Guardians of the Galaxy is created. Whether it is food, clothing, housing, or eating, drinking, and maintaining the spaceship, you need financial support. The Nova Empire will definitely not be the unjust leader. Won't sell the Infinity Stones. Die Centurion frowned. I faintly felt that something was wrong. But he didn't think too much about it. After all, the Nova Empire and the Kree Empire have signed a peace agreement. The Nova Army desperately needs a neutral force to resolve the dispute caused by Ronan the Accuser. Moreover, the Void Land is also not under the jurisdiction of the Nova Legion. The Silver Protectors boarded the spaceship. He drove slowly out of Clint Prison. During this period, an episode also occurred. Star-Lord Peter Quill punched a jailer before snatching his Walkman. The Walkman has a variety of hits from the 80s. I never tire of listening to all the golden songs. Soothing and light tunes play out of the speakers. After hearing the beautiful music, everyone in the Silver Protection could not help but dance. What bad luck. Just got away from the Marauders. I was kidnapped to another sand sculpture team. Peter Quill piloted the spaceship Milano, and his heart was slandered. Not us. You may still be in jail. Rockets for Bears grinned. As Groot's good friend, he naturally defended the captain. Say it. How are you going to kill Ronan? Gamora's back is against the cabin. She was tired of a humiliating life of licking blood at the knife's edge. Watch Treeman Groot and Rocket Raccoon, Drax the Destroyer, Star-Lord Peter Quill. She suddenly felt that the future was hopeless. Just such a motley army that does not enter the stream can really take down the accuser Ronan. Even, protect the Cosmic Spirit Orb. To know. Thanos is also coveting the Cosmic Spirit Ball. Attract Ronan in the land of nothingness. With the energy of the power gem, it is enough to tear his body apart. Groot voiced his plans. Power gems. As one of the Infinity Stones. With endless huge energy. Whoever holds this Infinity Stone will experience the torment of unbearable suffering. If he hadn't eaten the sensen fruit in the intercolumn cells, he would definitely not dare to hold the power gem with his bare hands. Because the power gem will definitely tear his body apart. However, today is different. He already has top-level combat power. Intercolumnar cells, completely remodeling his body structure. He got a well-deserved immortal body. Already has super recovery ability and self-healing ability. Even if he holds the Infinity Stones, there will be no mistakes. He even planned to set the power gem on his hand. Create a pair of wooden Infinity Gloves. Become the legendary God Groot. Infinity Stones. In addition to the power gem and the soul gem, the other 4 Infinity Stones are almost all on Earth. In the near future, he will also travel to the Chiwu star system. Completely open up the connection between the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope that after killing Ronan, I can remove this biochip. Peter Quill was indignant. Biochips. Cutting-edge technology belonging to the Nova Empire. Almost all the star civilizations have reached the level of the second-level civilization in the universe. Even, the Kree Empire, due to the existence of supreme intelligence, has reached the level of a third-level cosmic civilization. With the help of supreme wisdom, the Kree Empire overthrew the Skrull Empire. This transfiguring alien race is displaced as a result. An exile force, also in the 90s of the last century, smuggled to the Earth. Of course. The purpose of the members of the Silver Protection is to take money to do things. If the Skrull people need the help of the Silver Guardians, you have to pay enough. Soon, Peter Quill piloted the Milano and turned on the space jump mode. I saw that the curtain of space in front of the Milano was distorted. There was a spatial crack. The spaceship shuttles inside. After a few jumps, everyone came to a vast and remote galaxy. At the end of the universe, there is a strange and colorful hue. A deep sky celestial object in the shape of a head also appeared in front of everyone's eyes. The land of nothingness. This is the head of an ancient god. No one knows who killed him. However, the collector Tivan occupied this place very early. For hundreds of years, the spinal cord, bones, and brain tissue in the skull of the gods have been continuously mined. On any planet, this is a real scarce resource, enough to sell for a good price. Gamora said. With the advance of the Milano, the appearance of the head of the heavenly god became clearer and clearer. The head of this heavenly god, the facial skin is rusty and dilapidated. It also has a mechanical texture. Not flesh and blood in the conventional sense. Ancient celestial god. Who killed him? Rocket Raccoon, Drax, couldn't help but gasp. I've heard about his origins. Gertrude said suddenly. What? Do you know the origin of the Void Land? Peter Quill exclaimed. Yes, that's right. This heavenly god should have died at the hands of the black-clothed Emperor Knowhere. Groot had a low voice. The beginning slowly recounts the long past. At the beginning of the birth of the universe, the world was desolate. And at this time, the cosmic gods have already begun to create the sun, spreading light, electricity, force, and heat. However, the actions of the cosmic gods woke up a mysterious and ancient super-evil god. His name is Knowhere. To warn the cosmic gods, Knowhere drew a black death sword from the depths of darkness. Directly cut off the head of a heavenly god. In the blood flames flowing by the gods, he not only reforged the Black Death sword, but also created an alien race. A symbiote family. And he himself was expelled to a more distant abyss dimension by other cosmic gods. Later, he returned from the abyss dimension. Fight the gods again. Drop the Black Death sword on a barbarian planet. It is said that an alien native named Gear picked up this Black Death sword. Because he hates the gods. With the power of the abyss provided by the Black Death sword, he began to slaughter the gods like crazy. Groot looked deep. And the picture he described also made everyone immersed. Where did you hear it from? Groot. Even I don't know anything. Rocket Raccoon's eyes were stunned. Black Death's sword. So against the sky. It should sell for a good price, right? It's all hearsay. Groot laughed. As the earliest plant life form. Flower god Colossus. Almost all of them come from a planet X. The mysteries of the entire universe are also treasured. Even the level of science and technology is at the forefront of the universe. All technology is not a mechanical creation, but a strange plant technology. However, due to the mineral resources abundant in Planet X eventually ushered in disaster and destruction. As for the culprit for the destruction of Planet X, it is the war maniac of the Kree Empire. Accuser. Ronan. Ronan destroyed your hometown too. No wonder. You have to get rid of him too. Drax looked excited. Silver protects everyone. Almost all share the same tragic past. Therefore, fate will bring everyone together to form this galaxy guard that vows to protect the sea of satellites. Sit down. We're going to reach the void. Peter Quill had mixed feelings. For the tree man Groot, there is also more sympathy. Soon, he controlled the Milano, through the eyes of the head of the god, to the void. Look around. The whole void is lit up all night. Buildings stand one after another. The crowd's faces were full of disbelief. Inside the head of the celestial god, a highly developed industrial civilization has developed. For hundreds of years, the head of this ancient heavenly god has also been glowing. Like a whale falling and all things come into life. The interstellar civilizations near the void land have also become extremely prosperous with the scarce resources provided by the ancient heavenly gods. It seems to have developed a brilliant era of fire cooking oil. Thousands of alien immigrants have come to this place, trying to get a piece of the pie. I saw small industrial aircraft shuttling through it. The bottom laborers stirred a stream of orange-yellow liquid in the pond. Ding! Congratulations to the host for arriving at the check-in location. Check-in reward distribution completed. The moment Groot stepped into the void. Immediately, an emotional voice broadcast sounded in my ears. A smile could not help but appear on his face. This time, what did the check-in system reward him again? Groot looked expectant. The system backpack was summoned directly. I saw that inside the backpack, there was a crystal-clear magnificent gemstone on display. After seeing the name of the gem, Groot was suddenly overwhelmed. I almost laughed. Scales of life. The magic scales dropped by the true dragon represent the elements of earth. Scales of life. From The Adventures of Little Carp. It belongs to the real dragon that appeared in the play. Name implies. This scale has a vast and boundless life force. Enough to give life to plants. The 9-curved vine dragon, born because of the scales of life, is also guarding this dragon's scales for generations. Once the essence is integrated into the body, you can control the power of the true dragon. Breaking through Groot's species limits again. It is even possible to give life to other plants and turn silence into motion. Bring the extinct colossus of flowers back to life. In order to ensure the next action, there are no accidents. Groot directly took out the scales of life. And a gap opened in the chest. He set the scales of life on it. Moment. Groot emitted a dazzling light all over his body. The whole person is like a god. All over his body, he exuded a shocking and inexplicable mysterious aura. At this moment, through the scales of life, his full power was transformed again. It even has a hint of divine brilliance. It is almost just around the corner from being promoted to the realm of the Groot god. My god. You even shine. Why did you have an extra gem on your chest? This is the power gem. Gamora, Peter Quill, Drax, directly surrounded them. A curious baby. Even a wave of salivation sprang up in my heart. Because this gemstone is so beautiful. Even if you are close to Groot, you can feel a breath of life, constantly washing in. Everyone is like a cloud. It seems that the injuries received in the battle are also healing and recovering rapidly. Just like turning on the evil aura of the Death Knight, the life recovery speed of the creatures within the range of the aura has been greatly increased. This is the scales of life. The treasure of the flower god Colossus. I haven't opened the cosmic orb yet. Groot said busily. He was simply afraid of everyone's hungry wolf-like gaze. There is no chance to test the power of this scale of life for the time being. But he had already felt a mysterious energy that was surging wildly in his body. It's as if it will spew out at any moment. Gamora. How can I contact the collector? Rocket Raccoon hurriedly said. After all, this is a big business worth up to $4 billion. I have informed Collector Tiven. He sent someone over right away. Gamora ended the communication, looking cold. Selling the cosmic orb is not the same as selling the infinity stones. The essential. The infinity stones inside the cosmic orb must be taken out in advance. The crowd came to a secluded place. Look carefully at this cosmic spirit ball. The surface of the spirit ball has traces of hollow etching. It's heavy. Even the most advanced instruments cannot detect the inside of the situation. Immediately, Groot gently twisted the cosmic spirit orb. I saw the internal organs rotate for a while. Suddenly, a dazzling purple gemstone appeared. This gemstone, when it came into view, made everyone's pupils shine with a burst of color. A huge breath like the sea swept in. Everyone immediately sensed the danger of this infinity stone. Power gems. Very different from every other infinity stone. Hardly touchable. Even if you look at it for a long time, you will feel a tingling pain in your eyes. This gem has boundless fury power. Mastering this infinity stone means mastering all forms of power. You can even use the power gem to trigger the meteorite to land and launch a fatal blow at the enemy. Are you sure you want to take out the infinity stones in this place? Gamora's look wary. After all, the void land was mixed with fish and dragons, and the 3 religions and 9 streams were all gathered here. The process of removing the infinity stones is no easy task. Don't worry, I already had a plan. Groot looked calm. Suddenly, he suddenly unleashed his innate force of nature. I saw that within a radius of 10 jong, all plants grew rapidly. It turned into a delicate log cabin. It just wraps the silver protector inside, and also isolates the outside world's prying eyes. Groot exhaled softly. He extended his palm to the power gem. The moment you hold the gem of power, his body immediately appeared hideous patterns. A violent torrent of energy madly hit his body. The whole wooden house also began to creak. Groot gritted his teeth and persevered, fighting against the damage caused by the power gem. However, even so, his body was also torn apart by the power gem. There was a twist mark on the skin. And at this time, the scales of life embedded in the chest actually glowed with a brilliant light. The speed of his life recovery has increased dramatically. All injuries also begin to heal at a speed visible to the naked eye. Power gems and life scales compete against each other. One represents conception, the other represents destruction. In the end, it was the scales of life from the check-in system that prevailed. Help Groot successfully tame this power gem. All movement subsided instantly. All visions vanished. As if it never appeared. The power gem was also actively set in his palm. All his strength, also with the blessing of the power gem, has once again grown by leaps and bounds. Groot's eyes glow purple. It is as if I have seen the mystery of the entire known universe. All forms of energy, elements, magic, molecules. Almost everyone can listen to their orders. Even, he can also launch a powerful energy shockwave. One blow is enough to destroy a skyscraper. Of course. He did not show that power. Instead, it suppressed its life. Groot, are you okay? Rocket Raccoon looked worried. The other members of the Silver Guardian are far less important than Groot. Great. We can finally finish off Ronan. Drax the Destroyer's face was full of excitement. With the power of the power gem, it is enough to crush Ronan's body. He almost couldn't wait to witness Ronan's death. Drax, you go and lure Ronan. And me and Gamora, Peter Quill, Rocket Raccoon, immediately threw the cosmic spirit ball, in exchange for ownership of the Void Land. A smile lit up at the corner of Groot's mouth. He boldly spoke out his true plan. What? You're going to buy the Void Land? Can the Void Land be worth $4 billion? Peter Quill frowned. Is the head of an ancient heavenly god really so important? Quill. Are you kidding? The land of nothingness, the rare resources produced every year, the value is not only that. It's a real cornucopia. Whoever masters the Void Land also controls the economic lifeline of the adjacent star domain. Groot, I agree with your idea. But, Gamora stopped talking. In her mind, a burly and mighty figure also emerged. Thanos. He has purple skin. Dressed in gold armor. From scratch, he created the prestigious Dark Order. Known as the Emperor of the Universe. He is also the most vicious criminal leader. Once Silver Guardian purchased the Void Land, the news of possessing the power gem reached the ears of this crazy titan. Then, the Void Land will definitely face the bombardment of the Dark Order. Battleship Temple 2. It will also arrive in the Void in the near future. The thirst for infinite gems is enough for him to do all the crazy things. Ronan the accuser. Not qualified to compete with it at all. It's just a plate of squeezed vegetables. Gamora. Have you heard the name Loki the evil god? Groot's heart moved. If the Battle of New York had already broken out, then, Gamora must know the evil god Loki. The evil god Loki, who obtained the psychic scepter through Thanos, led the army of Chitauri and directly attacked New York. If it weren't for the protagonist's aura, I'm afraid the Avengers would be a total failure. The entire Midgard will become the territory of the evil god Loki. Evil god Loki. I haven't heard the name. Is he related to Thanos? Gamora's look bewildered. At the same time, Groot also confirmed the guess in his heart. It seems that the battle for New York has not yet broken out. In this American comic world with an unknown sequence, the plot timeline is indeed out of order. It seems that he still has a chance to capture the other 2 Infinity Stones in one fell swoop. Mind Gem. Space Gems. However, it is imperative to quickly find the Collector Tivan. Trade ownership of the Void Land through the Cosmic Orb. Anyway, the Cosmic Spirit Ball has become an empty shell. Even if you lose it, it's not a pity. Even if the Collector Tivan knows the truth. He can also use power gems to make collectors roll as far as they want. Soon, after everyone deliberated, the Silver Guardian was divided into 2 ways. Drax also randomly selects one lucky person to send a signal to the accuser Ronan. An alien girl with pink skin also appeared in front of everyone in the Silver Protector. My name is Karina. Tivan, Collector, invite you to his museum. Karina smiled. Tivan, the Collector, the tallest building that inhabits the land of nothingness. This is also his base. His museum. In the museum, transparent containers made of glass are on display. Inside are alien creatures of different races and shapes. Even, there is a space dog in a spacesuit. Almost everything you can imagine can be sampled in the museum. All the items in the collection are also rare and exotic objects in the world. What has no collectible value will not be put in the eyes of collectors at all. Groot walked forward. Soon, I saw a silver-haired middle-aged man wearing a white coat. He wears a pair of microscopic sunglasses on his face. The eyebrows are white. The chin is printed with a blue vertical stripe. Fit. All over his body, he exuded a sense of pride that had been in a position for a long time. He is a famous collector. Master of the Void. Tanlia. Tivan. He is also a member of the Cosmic Senate. Gao Tianzun's biological brother. He has an endless lifespan. It is also the earliest intelligent life born in the universe. Dear Gamora. It's an honor to meet Buddha figures. Tivan raised Gamora's slender hand and was about to offer a kiss. Save all that red tape. Tivan. Gamora withdrew her palm, looking bored. And at this time, collectors also found Groot, the tree man standing on the side. Are you Groot? Flower God Colossus. I never thought I'd be able to meet a living Groot. Sir, please be sure to sell me your body. I can pay now. Tiwan, the collector, looked excited. Groot. This is one of the collections he lacks. Because the flower god Colossus has long since perished. How? Are you going to make a chair out of it? Rocket Raccoon said with a grin. Tivan. We traveled halfway through the galaxy and retrieved the cosmic orb for you. And you need to pay us honorariums now. Gamora held the ball. There is not the slightest politeness. 4 billion star dollars. I'll pay you right away. Tivan opened the drawer. However, a voice suddenly interrupted him. If you want to get the cosmic spirit orb, transfer the ownership of nothingness and other things to our galaxy guards. Groot looked wise. The words he uttered also made collectors stunned. You really are the most special Groot. You can actually spit out words. And I heard that Groot can only express, I am Groot 3 words. You want the void to be the base of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Collector Tivan smiled at the corners of his mouth. But the brain is racing. Is this transaction worth it? He has lived in the land of nothingness for hundreds of years. Even the resources produced in the void land are not much left. The essential. He really wanted to take the cosmic orb for himself. Because inside the cosmic spirit ball, there is an infinity stone. The opportunity must not be lost, and the loss will not come. Tivan, the buyer of the cosmic spirit ball is very numerous. Groot added. A moment later, Tivan, the collector, raised his eyebrows. Okay. With the value of the cosmic spirit sphere, it is comparable to the void land. I will move out of the void immediately. There is also this device, which can control the void and teleport to the other end of the universe in an instant. Tivan, the collector, took out an armband. He controlled the void land through this armband. You can even control the void land and shoot lasers with both eyes. Destroy all incoming enemies. Take the void land as the home of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a surefire deal. However, once Collector Tivan discovers the cosmic orb, it is just an empty shell. Well, the whole deal is going to be ruined. Silver Protector will also be angry with this cosmic elder. Collectors not only collect living objects, but also sophisticated weapons in different styles. Even the little-known crown of thorns is hidden inside his cupboard. Tivan, I can wait for you to carry all the items onto the ship. Then, pay with one hand and deliver with the other. Groot looked cautious. Okay, ideographic period. As long as the spirit ball is in hand, I have no other objections. Collectors are used to it. Soon, he mobilized drones and moved all of his collection to his mobile base. The action is so fast that there is hardly any hesitation. Everyone in the Silver Protector had a calm expression. But the heart is mentioned in the throat eye. After all, the power gem was set in Groot's palm. It does not exist in the cosmic spirit sphere. Can you officially start trading now? The collector laughed. The cosmic orb is yours. Leave the void to me. Groot took the armband. At the same time, he also handed the cosmic orb to the collector Tivan. Deal closed. Collector Tivan almost can't wait to open the cosmic orb. Get a glimpse of the infinity stones. However, after he opened the spirit ball, he found that there was nothing inside. There was simply no infinity stones he was looking forward to. Wait, what about the contents of the cosmic orb? Tivan, the collector, opened his eyes. He opened the cosmic spirit orb, but did not find what he was thinking about, and he was immediately furious. A hideous look also appeared on his face. The most intolerable thing he could not tolerate was deception. What's more, in order to trade the cosmic spirit ball, he also sold the entire void land. It's simply losing Madam and breaking the army. Hey, brother. All you want is the cosmic spirit ball, and I have never said anything about the contents of the spirit ball. Peter Quill gloated. A treacherous and shameless look. Let the collector Tivan hate his teeth. Through a cosmic spirit ball, the Silver Protectors actually deceived the entire void land. Once this news spreads, all the universe elders will laugh off their big teeth. He couldn't bear it. And he was able to become the master of the void land. It's not just extraordinary wealth. And the collection he bought. Immediately, he summoned his armory. Armory. There are a variety of cutting-edge weapons, different styles of swords, guns and halberds, and different types of energy guns. Almost all of them have the great power to destroy the decay. Enough to destroy a city lightly. However, he chose a crown of thorns and put it on his head. This crown of the head has a pitch-black luster. Cold. Mysterious. It's expensive. I really admire that woman's aesthetic. Tivan, the collector, trembled with excitement. Through this crown of thorns, he was able to summon the sword of the night sky. He vowed to kill all members of the Silver Guard. Retrieve your own armband from the corpse. And at this time, I saw Groot spread out his palms. Above the palm, a brilliant purple gemstone comes into view. The moment you see this gemstone. Collector Tivan creepy. Walter. You actually mastered this infinity stone. Not torn apart by its power. Tivan's panicked batch. A chill rose in my heart. Even as a universe elder, he didn't have the qualifications to match the infinity stones. Airplanes. A loud and deafening noise roared. I saw the power gem bursting with light. A powerful energy shockwave, with invincible power, suddenly surged out. This energy shockwave, as bright as a star, left a distortion mark in the air. Even the curtain of space was shattered because of this. Tivan, the collector, regretted it. If he knew that Groot had the ability to hold the power gem, he would definitely not launch a provocation. However, at this moment, he had no choice. I saw him wave his palm. A pitch-black and deep thorn appeared out of thin air. With Hel as crown, he can summon the sword of the night sky anytime, anywhere. Control the power of Niflheim. That's it. Groot smiled coldly. The energy shock wave, like thunder, swept away the leaves with the autumn wind, and directly crushed the sword of the night sky. Immediately, the fierce impact hit the Collector Tivan's body. This universe elder is like being struck by thunder. An unprecedented pain swept over. And his whole person also flew out upside down. Crashed straight down a wall in the museum. Continuous tumbling. It barely stopped. A scorched black mark appeared on his chest. Instant skin openness. Just one hit. Just make him lose his ability to resist. Even Hela's crown fell aside. Picked up by Gamora. This crown is also in line with my aesthetic. The corners of Gamora's mouth curled. Immediately, he put the crown on his head. A vast and boundless force of death instantly enveloped her. The sword of the night sky also appeared in her palm out of thin air. Don't rob me. I want this energy gun. I'm going to transform it into a particle cannon. Rocket Raccoon grinned. It also went directly to the armory of Collector Tivan. In the blink of an eye, he held a uniquely shaped energy gun in his arms, and he couldn't put it down. Even the Walkman do you collect? Peter Quill's eyes lit up. Immediately, in the corner of the armory, a Walkman from the 80s of the last century was found. There's also a collection of great songs and dances inside. Peter Quill is a treasure. In addition to petty theft, vintage hits are his favorite. Spare your life. Lord Groot. The Void Land is yours. I'll leave this place right away. The collector begged for mercy on the spot. Disregard for manners. There is also no image. Like a gray bereaved dog, slipping away with its tail between its legs. Let everyone in the Silver Protector endure it. Watch as the collector's mobile fortress slowly rises into the air and gradually sails away from the void. Groot let out a long breath. Since then, the Void Land has changed owners. It will also become a base for the Guardians of the Galaxy. With the scarce resources produced by the head of the Celestial God, it is enough to satisfy the eating, drinking, and lassa of the Silver Protector. Moreover, the head of the ancient god also has the ability to shoot lasers. Power helps heavenly punishment, comparable to weapons of mass destruction. Even if Thanos leads the Dark Order to this place, there will be no return. And at the same time, the news that the members of the Silver Guardian possessed the power gem and drove away the Collector Tivan was also all over the place. Soon, the Earth Snake of the Void Land came to pay tribute. Everyone is looking at the new master of the Void Power. Groot. Flower God Colossus. There are even living Groots. All the snakes talked about it. He also locked his gaze firmly on the scales of life on Groot's chest. Everyone mistakenly thought that the scales of life were power gems. I almost didn't dare to make a second time. Don't worry. It's business as usual. However, I will also enact new laws. Forbid all outlaws to hide here. Groot is sonorous. His words also aroused the high recognition of everyone in Yinhu. There are no rules, no square circles. The land of nothingness, since it has changed dynasties. Corresponding supporting measures must be given. Groot. You're so handsome. Rocket Raccoon was amazed. Who would have thought that the tree people who got along day and night faintly had the style of a king? He has transformed into an uncrowned king of the void. Rocket. We will always be friends. Groot laughed. Guardians of the Galaxy. Swear to defend this sea of stars. Of course. Groot's purpose is to take money to do things. Definitely does not generate electricity for love. No matter any planet, any civilization, can use the power of the Guardians of the Galaxy. As long as the purpose is just. Excuse me, can I join you? Quote. Karina shivered. When the Collector Tiwan was in a bad mood, he forgot her in the void. She is an alien girl taken in by Collector Tivan. Without any ability. Just good at cleaning and cleaning. It is also a good dish to burn. Then you stay here. After all, you are more familiar with the Void Land than we are. Groot nodded. At the same time, Drax the Destroyer also rushed to the Collector Tivan's museum. I have notified the accuser Ronan. I believe he will soon come to the void. Groot. I hope you can finish off Ronan. After all, he not only hurt my wife and daughter, but also destroyed your home planet. Drax looked fierce and said hatefully. The voice fell. An extraterrestrial spaceship that is extremely huge has arrived in the void. This spaceship is like a black harrier eagle spreading its wings. This is the car of Ronan the Accuser. Dark Asterisk. A Star Destroyer spaceship. On board, almost all of them are elite soldiers carefully selected by the accuser Ronan. It is also equipped with all the cutting-edge technology of the Kree Empire. Since the Dark Star is too large, it is impossible to enter the interior of the void. And in order to capture the cosmic spirit ball, Ronan boarded a small spaceship and passed directly through the eye socket of the head of the god. Is that you summoning me to this place? A voice full of majesty sounded. The hatch opens. A powerful figure of Kongwu paced out of the spaceship. He has blue skin and a black camouflage painted face. Wearing a dark armor. Stately. Powerful. Have no bottom. He is a veritable war maniac. It is also a capable general trusted by the supreme wisdom. He once also put together a super army. It's named Annihilator. The sword fighting of the Shah Empire, the messenger under the star-swallowing army, Silver Slip, and the horse-faced Thunder God are all members of the Universe Annihilator. He looked at Drax the Destroyer. An unruly expression. It seems that he is not taken seriously at all. Gamora. Why are you on the side of the enemy? Are you planning to betray Thanos? Ronan raised his eyebrows. When the name of Thanos was mentioned, he felt Gamora's steps tremble. For this crazy titan, she is full of awe. Don't be afraid. I will protect you. Groot spoke softly. Pressed her shoulder. He also displayed the power gem on the palm in front of the accuser Ronan. This is something inside the cosmic spirit orb. A infinity stone. Since I have the infinity stones, why should I rely on Thanos? I will personally destroy Xandar Star. Ronan looked furious. The mood is also exciting. After all, the name of the Infinity Stones is known to almost everyone. With this Infinity Stone, it is enough for the Kree Empire to dominate the entire known universe. Ronan, you killed my wife and daughter. Now it's your turn to pay for your life. Drax the Destroyer burst out. When enemies see each other, their eyes are red. I saw that he held two short blades and rushed directly towards Ronan. There is no discipline. There are almost no routines. Your wife and daughter. Sorry. I'm not the slightest impressed. Ronan sneered. With a flick of his footsteps, he avoided Drax's thunderous blow. Immediately, the powerful fist also hit Drax's chest. Directly blast it 10 meters away. Ronan. As an accuser of the Kree Empire. Purebred Kree. Not only does he possess an unusual physique and strength. Even the muscle tissue is developed and strong. The fighting ability is also ranked at the top level of the universe. Drax compares to that. Just like ordinary people and special forces, it is by no means an existence of an order of magnitude. There is simply no analogy. Ronan. You destroyed Planet X. Isn't there a little shame? Groot narrowed his eyes. Flower God Colossus. Died at the hands of Ronan. And he doesn't seem to have the slightest memory at all. Planet X. The territory of the Flower God Colossus. It seems to be so. Ronan frowned. He looked at Groot in front of him. There was also a chill in his eyes. He had never seen a spouting Groot. It seems that the last descendants of the Flower God Colossus clan also have unique skills. Even the Infinity Stones are easy to handle. However, he was not worried about this battle, and he led his elite troops to the void. All-Star warriors are equipped with state-of-the-art ray guns. It's powerful enough to easily wipe out a skyscraper. All the Kree warriors gathered around. Gamora grabs the sword of the night sky. Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill also hold the energy gun. Shout. Yikes. One brilliant laser after another, colliding and intertwining in midair. The Silver Guardians and the Kree Empire engaged in a fierce firefight. Neither of them had any mercy on each other. Ronan's gaze was fierce. Staring at Groot in front of him. He gripped a long-handled warhammer. This is the triumph of supreme wisdom. Named, Universal Weapon. His armor also gives him invulnerable protection. With this universal weapon, he can also create an energy force field that blocks off all forms of attack. Next year today. It's your death day. Groot snorted coldly. In an instant, he controlled the power gem to launch a terrifying shockwave. This shockwave swept out with the momentum of thunder. However, at the moment of hitting Ronan, an energy barrier emerged out of thin air. Unexpectedly successfully resisted the impact of the power gem. This gem, in your hand, is simply violent. Give me the power gem. I will spare you and not die. Roland's face was full of defiance. But he didn't notice that within a radius of 10 jong, all the flowers and trees were breaking the ground one after another. In an instant, all plants swelled suddenly. Mew done. The tree realm has come. Thick and knotted tree roots rose up with a bang. The entire void land also began to rumble. In a blink of an eye, a primeval jungle emerges. The Kree warrior, who was caught off guard, was directly thrown to pieces, and his eyes flashed Venus. Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill also saw the opportunity and successfully eliminated an enemy force. But at this time, Ronan the Accuser burst into a roar. I saw the universal weapon light up with a burst of brilliant light. And then smashed to the ground. An invisible storm of energy swept forward. All the intricate towering trees were instantly split in two. Ronan picked up his long-handled warhammer and rushed towards Groot again. Mew done. Blaster. Groot clapped his hands. The arm immediately turned into a giant tree. Directly stabbed at the menacing accuser Ronan. You really are the most special Groot. Ronan's pupils constricted. Raise your warhammer again. Immediately split a whirlwind of energy. Crushed the giant tree on the spot in an instant. It turned into flying wood chips and spilled down. Mew done. The art of the wooden man. Groot clapped his hands. He passed chakra to the trees, causing them to grow rapidly, and immediately transformed into a giant wooden figure. The size and combat power are comparable to the complete body Susanoo. A wooden dragon wrapped around its body. Like a giant spirit god. Immediately towards the accuser Ronan, he stepped heavily on the soles of his feet. Even if Ronan wielded the war hammer, it was useless, and his eyes were black. A burst of pain swept in. He was trampled under the feet of the wooden man. Can't move at all. Even the interstellar warriors of the Kree Empire, like leaks, fell down. Not at all the opponent of the Silver Protector. Guardians of the Galaxy. Although, just a motley army that does not go into the stream. Each member has something unique. Otherwise, there is no way to survive in the sea of dangerous stars. Gamora. You dare to betray your father. A female voice full of malice sounded. An alien woman with a modified body and mechanical texture suddenly piloted the Carey spaceship. Hit the attack button hard. A violent and brilliant thunder poured out. In an instant, he pierced through Kong Wu's powerful giant wooden man. The whole situation was also reversed in an instant. Even Gamora was almost hit hard. Fortunately, Groot saw the opportunity, directly raised his palm, and once again burst out a terrifying laser. In the blink of an eye, it ran through the Carey spaceship. What's going on? Nebula was flabbergasted. There is no control of the ship at all. Let the ship fall to the ground. Fortunately, she escaped before the explosion and survived death. Nebula. Why would you want to work for Thanos? Gamora held the sword of the night sky and laid it across Nebula's neck. A look of hatred that iron is not steel. There was no entanglement between her and Nebula. It's all from Crazy Titan. You made me look like this ghost. Are you still pretending to persuade? Nebula's face was full of resentment. Her behavior is purely because of love and hate. She also longs for sisterhood. However, Gamora never gave in to her, so much so that every time she lost a battle, she was transformed into a part. Thanos is the initiator, Nebula. As long as you are willing to become a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, then I will avenge you. Groot took the initiative to extend his palm and show his sincerity. However, Ronan the Accuser jumped up and swung his universal weapon again. No. I'm the strongest. I can exterminate the flower god Colossus. It can destroy you too. Ronan looked crazy. There is no sane at all. The words did not fall. Groot reacted quickly. Directly pinched his neck. The power gem on the palm of the palm also burst into brilliance at the same moment. A huge energy was suddenly released. Ronan struggled. The face also became extremely distorted. A furious force swept through his entire body in an instant. In an instant, he's like a humanoid nuclear bomb. Endless furious power gushes out from the body. Directly burst his skin. Ronan. Soldier. He was blown up on the spot by the power gem. Without any last words. Straight into a pool of crumbs. All blood has also been evaporated. There is no trace at all. It seems that there has never been Ronan in this world. Great. Drax, who had won the vengeance, fell to his knees and cried with joy. His wife and daughter can finally blind the whole void. After hearing the death of the accuser Ronan, a burst of boos broke out. The crowd couldn't believe it. This unruly motley army not only drove away the Collector Tivan, but also killed the accuser Ronan. From now on, no one will despise the Guardians of the Galaxy again. Even the Earth Snake in the Void Land no longer has any rebellious heart. They all came to the front of the Silver Protectors. The death of the accuser Ronan also spread like a hurricane to every corner of the known universe. Xandar Star. Sokka Star. Soflin Star. Klin Prison. Spartan Star. The Hia Empire. Almost all cosmic civilizations learned of Ronan's death for the first time. For the Guardians of the Galaxy, I also felt a sense of awe and curiosity. Silver Guard. In what way did he destroy the accuser Ronan? Deep in space. A bleak place. This is the Dark Quadrant. Also known as the Holy Domain. Here is an army of villains. All the outlaws, the super criminals, gather here. Above the floating throne, a burly figure dressed in a gold-armored holy robe slowly tapped his fingers on the armrest on one side. His face was full of majesty. The eyes are full of tyranny. Ronan is dead. Actually died at the hands of a group of nobodies. It just disappointed me. A voice that was not angry and self-threatening sounded faintly. This burly man slowly walked down the steps. On both sides of his front, 4 figures stood respectively. Seeing the owner approaching him, the 4 immediately knelt on one knee. Father. I heard that the Guardians of the Galaxy have an Infinity Stone in their hands. We should get moving, right? Destroy the Void Land. Capture the Guardians of the Galaxy alive. Take away the Infinity Stones. An alien elder in a robe with silver hair expressed his opinion. He almost couldn't wait to admire the death of the Silver Guardian members. Ebony Throat. Black Dwarf. The task of retrieving the Infinity Stones is up to you. I hope you don't disappoint me. Thanos' expression was calm and his demeanor was calm. For this Guardians of the Galaxy, they also don't care. The son of Thanos he trained and cultivated will definitely be able to reclaim the Infinity Stones. And after collecting the 6 Infinity Stones, he will snap his fingers. Bring the entire universe to balance. Obey. My father. Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf bowed slightly. Immediately, he boarded a circular spaceship. Activate space jump mode and sail to the void in no time. At the same time, the Void Land also embarked on drastic reforms. All buildings are about to be renovated. A space dog wearing a spacesuit also ran in front of everyone in the Silver Protector. It comes from Earth. After arriving in space, he has the ability to speak, as well as super psychic power. It's enough to create an energy shield to resist powerful cosmic impacts. I'm Cosmo. I want to stay in the void. Become a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmo, the space dog, said with his tail wagging. Absolutely. A smile appeared on Groot's face. As early as in Ronan's battle, Nebula and Gamora. Although Nebula did not agree to join the Guardians of the Galaxy, he also remained in the void. Both see each other as their only relatives. It's just love and hate. Thanos, collecting the Infinity Stones. This power gem will surely attract the Dark Order. Maybe the 4 generals of Obsidian will all pour out. Nebula looked grim. A serious one said. The cruelty of the long time almost made her lose her normal emotions. However, Gamora's habit is used to it. Groot. I saw a sparkle in her eyes. Looking at Groot in front of him, a burst of favor also appeared in his heart. Almost all women have a strong mentality. And Groot, who can control the power gem and form the Guardians of the Galaxy, is undoubtedly a strong man in the absolute sense. Not only Thanos will come to the void. Ronan the Accuser was violently killed. The Kree Empire will definitely not give up. Sooner or later, the Supreme Wisdom will also send troops. Gamora's reminder. Supreme Wisdom. This is the greatest leader of the Kree Empire. Even Ronan the Accuser had to bow to him. He was originally a living computer created by the Kree. And after absorbing all the wisdom, philosophy, military, thought, and so on that the scientists of the past have possessed, he has become the true master of the Kree Empire. It was he who single-handedly cultivated the Accuser Ronan. He has incredible information storage and data processing capabilities. There is also access to the full resources of the Kree Empire. Able to telepathize and emit psychic rays. Even, you can swallow a living creature into your own body, read the target, all the experience, all the knowledge. After the defeat of Ronan the Accuser, the remnants of Carry on the Dark Star withdrew directly to the large Magellanic system. In the near future, the Kree Empire is bound to make a comeback. And the Nova Empire did not dare to wade through this muddy water. Silver Guard is alone. Soldiers come to block, water to cover. Thanos is not immortal either. Groot's gaze was cold. Since he can support Ronan, he can support Ronan. Nature can also destroy Thanos with power gems. Moreover, he is not without allies. Through the Nova Empire, he obtains the contact information of Captain Marvel. He had already sent a signal to Captain Marvel. Once Captain Marvel comes to the Void, then, the Kree Empire and the Dark Order will undoubtedly come and go. Captain Marvel. I think I've heard that name. Peter Quill scratched his head. I heard that she is also from Earth Star. Rocket Raccoon replied. Really? Peter Quill looked puzzled. It turns out that he has another fellow of the Earth. Captain Marvel. Is it pretty? I believe she will soon come to the Void. Groot looked into the distance. I hope so. Gamora smiled wryly. But at this time, a medium-sized spaceship. It is rushing towards the star field where the Void Land is located. The owner of this spaceship. It's a famous marauder. Courage. Udota. Peter. Do you miss Lao Su? Yongdu smiled strangely. He stared at the nearness that was getting closer. Determined to settle accounts with Star-Lord. After all, if he hadn't taken over Igo's business, maybe Peter Quill would have turned into a dry bone. Marauder's spaceship, after coming to the Void. Soon, it passed through the eyes of the ancient heavenly gods and landed on a clearing. Courage. Udota led all the Marauders. Directly came to Peter Quill. Oh. Buy cakes. Courage is actually here. Just look at the expression on his face and know that he is not well. Peter Quill looked constipated. Courage. He is his only relative in the world. He was abducted into space since childhood. He was also taught many skills. Even the Milano was a birthday gift from Yongdu. If there is no Courage, Udota, he may still be on Earth and doesn't know where to work. Originally, the Marauders took over the task of the Cosmic Spirit Ball. However, Star-Lord betrayed the Marauders. See the Courage. Udota led the Marauders to surround him. He was almost self-contained. However, a pair of large hands quickly pressed his shoulders. Don't worry. Silver Guardian members, they will never sit idly by and watch their teammates be bullied. Groot looked calm. He was well aware of the affection between Courage and Peter Quill. Therefore, the attack was not launched immediately. However, for Courage, Udota's intention, his heart also arose a moment of doubt. Quill, you snatched Lao Su's cosmic spirit ball. Originally, Lao Su planned to kill you. Who would have thought that your kid would become a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy? You even killed Ronan the Accuser. Yongdu smiled. Like a calculating old fox. All Marauders are also fierce-eyed. All of them are untamed. If there is not enough prestige and strength, even Courage. Udota, a veteran interstellar hunter, can't overwhelm all Marauders. Courage. The land of nothingness. This is the territory of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You're going to take my team. Are you sure you have the ability? Groot clenched his fists. The pupils were flushed with purple. A vast and boundless divine power swept out. A burst of brilliance appeared on his body. Just let the Marauders throw rats. The face became ugly. Groot, I heard you used the Infinity Stones to take out Ronan the Accuser. Where's the gem? Yongdu lifted his robe, his eyes burning. He had a whistle arrow stuck diagonally around his waist. This is made of Yaka metal. Extremely sensitive to sound. It also has indestructible power. Courage. Udota. As a centaur, he also has an innate super physique. Moreover, he also has extraordinary fighting skills, which is different from ordinary people's sensing ability. Just a face. He identified Groot's threat. This person is not easy to mess with. You want the Infinity Stones. Groot frowned. Courage, is this eating the ambition of the leopard Gaul? Think he's better than Ronan? Nope. I just want to see the Infinity Stones. Courage looked humble. There seems to be no intrigue at all. And the purpose of his coming here was only to remind Star-Lord. This is the Infinity Stones. You see it. Groot raised his right hand. Above the palm, a purple gemstone shines. There is a dazzling light flowing all around. The crowd couldn't help but boo. Is it this gem that killed Ronan the Accuser? Yongdu exclaimed. That's right. Courage. Quote. I'm busy. Do you have anything else? Peter Quill crossed his waist with both hands and suddenly stood up. After all, he's the Guardians of the Galaxy. What happened? Marauders. Want to fight. Gamora, Drax, Nebula, Rocket Raccoon, also surrounded them. Ready for battle. Quill. You have to be careful. Your father may be coming to the void soon. Courage's gaze was deep. He loved this adopted son dearly. And after discovering the true face of Igo, he carried all the criticism alone and endured it to this day. My father. I even have a father. Peter Quill's eyelids jumped. I almost suspected that my ears were hallucinating. Who doesn't have a father? Are you the only one who jumped out of the cracks in the stone? Rocket Raccoon laughed. He never forgot to hit Star-Lord. Head. Are you sure you won't grab the Infinity Stones? Clarin, the assistant on the side, said puzzled. He also thought that he came to the Void Land to snatch the Infinity Stones. That's the Infinity Stones. Kragrin. Courage secretly complained. Immediately, he led all the Marauders to his spaceship again. But at this time, Peter Quill was reluctant. Courage. Are you going to join the Guardians of the Galaxy? Star-Lord blurted out. The voice fell. He regretted it. After all, he is not the captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but a member of the team. Join the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe when I am cornered, I will come to the land of nothingness again. Yongdu grinned. Not the slightest nostalgia. Directly boarded the spaceship and left the void. He admired the endless sea of stars. I felt a lot of pride in my heart. However, his reminder made Peter Quill fidget. My father. Who exactly? He actually came to me. Star-Lord was puzzled. Quill. Actually, I know who your father is. Groot rolled his eyes. Suddenly, it attracted the attention of everyone in the Silver Protector. Really fake. You've only known me for half a day. You actually know where I'm coming from. This is the talent of the Flower God Colossus. Peter Quill looked incredulous. That's right. The patriarchs of the Flower God Colossus clan all possess the ability of unknown prophets. Your father's name is Igo. He is an ancient creature born at the beginning of the formation of the universe. He called himself a god. And the body is a living planet. Groot's voice was low and eloquent. The serious expression on his face made everyone half believe. Living planet. What does that mean? Could it be that he is a living planet? Rocket Raccoon said blankly. That's right. He's the strangest weird being. It's been living for millions of years. Peter Quill also inherited his divine powers. But it involved a big conspiracy. Groot exhaled softly. In the end, he already had a premonition. Sooner or later, the living planet Iago will come to the void. Take all of Star-Lord's divine power for yourself. He was not a loving father. But real racists. Different civilizations, different planets, he planted his own seeds. Once he unleashes his divine power, all the planets in the entire universe will be assimilated by him. And he will also be promoted to a higher realm because of this. Become a true cosmic god. It has a vast and boundless divine power. Assimilation of all planets. What about the creatures on the planet? Gamora worried. Once assimilation begins, all living beings will cease to exist. Groot looked solemn. But at this time, he sensed a strange plant that existed in the void. This alien plant. Strange appearance. As if spiritual. It is still shimmering. If Groot hadn't come to the area to repair the houses. With the sensen fruit and intercolumnar cells, the power of control over all plants and nature has been elevated to an unparalleled extreme. Otherwise, even he would not be able to discover this alien plant. The moment you see alien plants, a chill suddenly rose in Groot's heart. Because he once saw this plant in the play. It belongs to the living planet Igo. It seems that Iago has also come to the Void Land. Still successfully sown in the void. Groot looked deep. The hostility towards Iago also reached the peak in an instant. Land of nothingness. As the head of an ancient god. Like a whale falling into everything. All the star civilizations near the Void Land are highly dependent on the rare resources produced by the celestial god's head. Moreover, the head of this ancient heavenly god itself also retained endless huge energy. Once Iago successfully assimilates the Void Land, then, he will get unprecedented benefits and promotions. Maybe the Void Land will come back to life. Not only the Void Land, even the Earth, all other life source stars, almost all of them have been planted by Igo as their own doppelganger. And he does not have enough strength to assimilate all the planets. Therefore, he will definitely come to the Void Land to find Star-Lord. Wait. Iago can assimilate other planets through this plant. Perhaps, I can also assimilate Iago through this plant. Groot had a flash of light. Immediately, the body slowly squatted. Extend your fingertips towards this alien plant. You even have Kung Fu flower appreciation. Groot. Everyone in Yinhu was puzzled. However, the moment you touch an alien plant at your fingertips, Groot read all kinds of messages. And the emotions, thinking, consciousness of this alien plant. In an instant, alien plants withered rapidly and withered. However, after Groot absorbed the plant energy, he immediately felt a mysterious power appear in his body. This is the power of the gods. It can also be called the power of Igo. His body underwent an incredible transformation again. Pupils turn into galaxies. Countless celestial bodies circling. A brilliant galaxy emerges. He actually saw the past experiences of living planets. Even the picture of Iago coming to the void to plant alien plants appeared in front of his eyes. The Sensen fruit and the intercolumn cells were also blessed by the power of the heavenly god, and they advanced to a higher level again. Immediately, he discovered that he actually possessed a creation ability. Slowly spread out your palms. An alien plant emerges. It is the doppelganger seed of the living planet Igo. Of course, this alien plant doesn't belong to Igo. Groot is its owner. A smile lit up at the corner of his mouth. A good road also unfolded in front of his eyes. He can completely absorb the doppelganger seeds of living planets. Constantly enhance your own heavenly power. Until promoted to the realm of Father Earth. Even, he can absorb Igo and take the living planet for himself. Completely fade the flesh mortal fetus. Become a veritable cosmic god. Groot. There is a shortage of wood. Can you make a batch of wood? Nebula's eyes were cold. The words also reveal a sense of alienation. Her body has been transformed and also has a touch of mechanical texture. It seems that biological emotions have been erased by Thanos. And there is nothing she can do at all. Okay. Nebula. Groot clasped his hands together. In an instant. Within a radius of 10 jong, all the flowers and trees began to grow rapidly. A primeval jungle rises. The entire corner of the void land has also become lush. In the air, the natural aroma of earth is emanated. The silver protector couldn't help but boo. Marvel at the power Groot possesses. Nebula. Do you want to change back to yourself? Groot said suddenly. Change back to yourself. Nebula's pupils shook. But without any expression. She hates herself like this. But there is nothing to do at all. Even her brain has been transformed by the Zeteri people. It was transformed into an electronic form. Popularly known as biotechnology. There is hardly any way to reverse everything. Nope. Nebula. The scales of life in my chest can do it. Groot pointed to his chest. I saw a dazzling pink crystal diamond, which came into view. A raging tide of life immediately enveloped the nebula. Scales of life. As scales shed by real dragons. It not only represents the elements of earth, but also life itself. It gives life to plants. All wounds can be repaired. Regenerate crippled muscle tissue. Of course. Before that, the mechanical parts on Nebula's body must be removed to ensure that the plan is foolproof. I have nothing left to lose. Nebula's gaze was firm. You will be given a new life. Gamora, too, came over and took the sister's shoulder. Soon, night fell. The artificial sun of the void land slowly extinguished. A street lamp came on. All stores are also filled with colorful neon. Collector's Museum. This is the temporary residence of the Silver Guardians. Inside the room, Nebula lay on the cold operating table. Rocket Raccoon stripped all of her mechanical parts. And her own body tissues are already very little. Even his height shrank in an instant. Nebula endured humiliation. Suddenly, a brilliant and soft golden light suddenly enveloped the nebula. Nebulas are like being in a hot spring. All the skin, muscle tissue, exudes a tingling feeling. Her body actually began to regenerate rapidly. Pale flesh and blood tissue, sprouting out. The scales of life, continue her life. Moreover, the intercolumn cells obtained by Groot also played a perfect role at this moment. Intercolumnar cells. from the original Hokage Senjutsu. As the successor of the second son of the six Tao Immortals. Between the thousand-hand pillars, there is an unparalleled immortal body. His cell organization has unfathomable life potential. Enough to make prosthetics and repair wounds. Even, the medicine master of the Hokage world also created a white absolute legion with the intercolumn cells. Remodeling nebulae organs, body, skin, brain tissue. Enough to solve the problem at the root. Outside the room. Gamora, Peter Quill, and Drax are also secretly looking forward to the reborn Nebula. Immediately, the door opened. A beautiful royal sister with blue skin and long blonde hair with a shallow smile on the corner of her mouth. Suddenly appeared in front of everyone. Oh my god. It's beautiful, isn't it? Are you Nebula? Looking at the romantic royal sister coming from the model in front of her. Everyone in the Silver Protector felt a pang of incredulity. Can't help but boo. Long blonde hair spilled over his shoulders. Nebulae simply shine beautifully. Her muscles and tissues throughout her body have also been reshaped. Not only has the most perfect body curves. Moreover, through the intercolumn cells, the immortal body of the original Hokage was inherited. Possess super self-healing and recovery ability. And innate plant affinity. She can read the emotions of all plants. Even, cast a simplified version of Mu-Dun Ninjutsu. Strictly speaking, she is no longer mortal in the flesh. It's the flower god Colossus in the true sense. Totally loyal to Groot. She also considers Groot her closest relative. In this way, Thanos will not be able to control the Nebula, nor can he read all the memories of the Nebula. Even if Thanos from another time and space, a Nebula from another time and space, appears in this American comic world with an unknown sequence. The thinking of the two will not resonate at the same frequency. Endgame. Two Nebula memories are shared. Through the memory of the Nebula, Thanos discovered the overall plan of the Avengers, and also shuttled to the main universe through the Pym particle and the time bracelet. Almost destroyed the Avengers. If it weren't for Tony Stark snapping his fingers. Let all the warriors of the Dark Order be wiped out. I'm afraid the entire universe will be wiped out. Groot. Thank you. Nebula pressed Groot's chest, stood on tiptoe, and offered a kiss. A sweet smile also appeared on his face. The sour smell of love also made everyone cover their noses. Can't bear to look directly. Nebula actually fell in love with a big tree. He's not a big tree. He is the only last descendant of the Colossus of the Flower God. Also the master of the Void Land, the captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Rockets for Bears were indignant. He firmly upheld Groot's majesty. Nebula. I'm glad you got a new lease of life. Gamora also hugged her sisters, and tears welled up in the corners of her eyes. However, neither of them forgot their hatred. All pain comes from the crazy Titan. Thanos. Only by getting rid of Thanos can you vent your heart. Wait. On the periphery of the Void Land, there seems to be an unknown force. Peter Quill called up the data. I found that in the star field where the Void Land was located, a ring battleship suddenly appeared. This is a battleship, and the shell is flowing with a cold metallic color. Its owner. It's just that. Thanos. Thanos is coming. Gamora, Nebula, said in unison. Fear that goes deep into the bone marrow is born. For Thanos, the two hate and fear. Because of the crazy Titan from the Red Crow star system. His body flowed with the noble blood of the Eternal Clan. Not only the body is indestructible. Even the combat power is far above the accuser Ronan. Don't panic. It's just a spaceship. Groot narrowed his eyes. It seems that Thanos did not take himself seriously. The key is, who exactly did he send to recycle the Infinity Stones? Obsidian 4. Ebony Throat, Black Dwarf, Proxima Centauri, Dead Blade General. No matter any son of Thanos, it is a famous existence. Soon, the ring battleship broke into the void. The entire Void Land, there are no countermeasures at all. This ancient god's head exists only as an interstellar mine. Even if a highly developed industrial civilization has developed. But there are no military facilities to protect themselves. It seems that the next task. It's about continuing to transform the Void Land. Groot thought thoughtfully. Immediately, the ring battleship slowly landed. A traction beam pours down the ground. In the beam. Slowly walked out of two figures, one tall and one thin. An alien elder wearing a robe, like a priest, with silver hair, frowned slightly. He hated the botanical smell emanating from the void. And the burly giant man on the side looked strange. He has hard skin that is invulnerable. The body is powerful. Hold on to a metal tomahawk. There are chains inside the tomahawks that are connected to each other. Ebony throat. Black dwarf. It seems that Thanos is bound to get the Infinity Stones. Gamora's expression was solemn. The ability to combine Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf is also thunderous. Where are the Guardians of the Galaxy? I came to reclaim the Infinity Stones on Thanos' orders. If you know each other, I can leave you waiting for a whole corpse. Ebony whose eyes were fierce, and his voice was vicious. He is like an alien elder who is gentle and thick. He is good at demagogizing people with his 3-inch uncorrupted tongue. It also has an invincible motivation. Control almost everything in your line of sight. Shape it into the shape you want. As the main means of attack. This black-tongued strategist has always been the brainman and confidant of the Mad Titans. Innocent planets are often selected for them to slaughter. Ebony Throat. You are not welcome here. Infinity Stones, we won't give it to Thanos either. Gamora wears a Hela crown. Out of thin air, a pitch-black and cold sword of the night sky was summoned. With this Hela crown, she can control the power of Niflheim. You can also summon the sword of the night sky anytime, anywhere. However, face the powerful combination of Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf. She still felt a little nervous. Gamora, you betrayed your father. You have failed his nurturing grace. It's not too late to turn back. Ebony Throat's eyes were grim. Even the Black Dwarf on the side emitted a murmur alien language. It seems to be complaining about his verbosity. Black Dwarf. Are you really not tired of this kind of life? Nebula paced forward. There was a hint of sympathy in her eyes. Son of Thanos. I didn't get the fatherly love I imagined. Mad Titans have also always been known for their ferocity and cruelty. For all the fighters under his command, it is simply harsh to the extreme. Black Dwarfs and Nebulae have the same fate. Although both of them are sons of Thanos, they have completely different treatment from other sons of Thanos. Nebula. You actually healed yourself. I won't hurt you. It will only bring you to your father, who will judge you personally. Ebony whose fingers moved. The entire void land immediately shook violently. All the building materials have also gathered. Directly levitated beside him. However, right at this moment, a burly and strong figure also came to the front of the second general of Obsidian. Ebony Throat. Are you sure you have the ability to fend off the Infinity Stones? Groot's eyes were like electricity. Immediately, a brilliant wave of light immediately appeared in his right hand. A thunderous energy ray burst out. The power is so great that it directly tears the curtain of space. It made the two generals of Obsidian feel shocked and inexplicable. However, face the thunderous blow unleashed by Groot. The Ebony Throat surface does not change color. Even Black Dwarf's face showed a hint of contempt. Obsidian 4. Be able to follow Thanos and dominate the entire known universe. It's not just posturing. The four generals of Obsidian are not vain existences. An invisible spiritual fluctuation surged out. Unexpectedly, a transparent shield was gathered in front of him. Even the Groot Drive power gem can't hit Ebony. And Yen power shield actually withstood most of the attack. Although, the energy storm that leaked out also has indestructible power. But it is still difficult to shake the Black Dwarf. This alien warrior with a big waist and a round waist. He has a reinforced iron body. Firearms and weapons in the conventional sense cannot hurt them at all. I saw him let out a sneer. Swing his hook sickle hard. The metal tomahawk is out of your hands. With a mighty might, it suddenly swept towards Groot. But at this time, Groot's palm swelled, and the vines were layered. It turned out to be a solid shield. Metal hook sickle and wooden shield collide. Suddenly Mars exploded. It was as if Groot's body tissue was already hard enough to rival steel. One hit missed. The Black Dwarf retracted the hook sickle again. A dignified look also appeared in his eyes. It seems that the task of recovering the Infinity Stones is not as simple as imagined. I can't wait to admire your death. Ebony Throat has a hideous face. Immediately, he gently wagged his finger. All metal building materials burst out of the air at once. The air was pierced with a roar. The silver protectors waited in strict formation, and also held their guns. Suddenly launch an attack, one energy ray after another. All the alien miners in the void land also slipped away at the first time. You won't get involved in the strife at all. After all, Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf represent the cosmic emperor Thanos. Order of Darkness. It is also the first force under the three empires. All outlaws and supervillains have thrown themselves under the crazy titans. Once you anger Thanos, the entire void land will cease to exist. All the creatures in the void land will also be slaughtered by him. This crazy titan has a perverse personality and a twisted heart. Even his home planet was brutally killed. Who can guarantee that they will stay out of the situation? Mew done. Wooden doppelganger. Groot made his hands sealed, shouting what was coming. The voice fell. One by one, the wood incarnated and split out. All avatars, without exception, have the same appearance as Groot. Only the actual combat ability is not as good as the ontology. When you disarm your avatar, you can also turn into branches to entangle or attack enemies. All Groot lined up. Even the most advanced sensing instruments can hardly tell the real from the fake. However, face the lifelike wooden doppelganger. Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf have a keen eye. The footsteps did not move in the slightest. A violent storm of mental power swept out. Unexpectedly, he directly crushed a wooden doppelganger. Black Dwarf also wields a metal tomahawk. Split the other wooden doppelganger alive. That's it. Flower God Colossus. It just disappointed me. Ebony Throat sneered. But suddenly there was a warning sign. Mew done. Wood dragon art. Groot made a seal on his hands. A seed quickly takes root and sprouts into a huge wooden dragon. Under his control, he immediately rushed towards Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf. The huge knotted body wrapped around the Black Dwarf, directly making it immobile and difficult to break free. Even, a sound of bones bursting suddenly sounded. It was as if the wooden dragon was about to shatter his body. His brain gradually lost consciousness. Almost impossible to breathe. It seems that you will go into shock and faint at any moment. What? You were even able to summon this kind of monster. What the hell are you? Ebony shrugged in shock. A trace of sweat came in and out of his forehead. At the same time, a dark and cold sword of the night sky broke through the sky. Although the Ebony Throat reacted quickly, it was still scratched through the scalp. A piece of skin was directly peeled off. Gamora. Fool thing. Thanos. The entire void land will be wiped out. You alien miscellaneous people, who can help me catch Groot? On behalf of Thanos, I will include it in the Dark Order. Ebony Throat has a deep complexion. An impassioned speech was delivered on the spot. He has a 3-inch tongue and is good at demagogy. In the name of Thanos, he deters all alien miners. Thanos. Join the Order of Darkness. The Guardians of the Galaxy will definitely not be able to defeat Thanos. This is our only chance to survive. Hurry up. A terrified whisper sounded. The alien slave labor instigated by the Ebony Throat actually raised the ray gun. Also aimed the muzzle at the Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Peter Quill, don't avoid it. Nebula clasped her hands together. Control your plants to grow fast. Turned into a row of curved arches, protecting himself and the members of the Silver Guardian. Ebony Throat. It's really worthy of being a black-tongued strategist. He actually turned the whole situation around in 2 words. Groot is in danger. Nebula's face was full of worry. She and Groot have a heart-to-heart connection. Be able to read the emotions of all plants. She had sensed Groot's anger. Groot's tolerance was not exchanged for gratitude. All the earth snakes and alien slaves in the void land actually betrayed him one after another. It seems that you have no value in continuing to survive. Groot gulped. In an instant, his body gradually expanded, multiplied, and enlarged. Instantly transformed into a giant wooden figure. All the plants have gathered and listened to their orders. Mew done. What thousands of hands. Avatar Buddha on top. A loud voice rang out. Groot turned into a 1,000-handed cannon with huge arms. The shape is extremely large. Almost bursting the entire void. Even the ring battleship is like a donut compared to it. His strength, defense, and physical fitness have also been elevated to an incomparable realm. He incarnated into nature itself. The strongest wooden ninjutsu that only the ninja god Senjutsu can control was cast by him. Immediately, a look of fury appeared on the face of the 1,000 Hands Guanyin. All giant arms behind the back. Clenched into a fist. Put all your weight in your hands. Suddenly slammed down towards the obsidian too. Every fist can penetrate meteorites. Smash the mountains. It's powerful. Enough to change the landscape. Even if Uchiha is a powerful outfit, Susanoo can't resist the true thousands of hands on top Buddha. Terrifying to the extreme. Tear the earth apart in an instant. Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf, even if they are famous, they can't resist the thousand-hand divine fist of the Buddha on top. One giant arm after another slammed down. Almost all of them hit the second general of Obsidian perfectly. In an instant. Just smashed Obsidian 2 into a puddle of mud. Crush thoroughly. Go up in smoke. Even all traitors are included. Moment. Groot swept the audience. It also stunned everyone in Silver Protector. I couldn't believe my eyes. The Thousand Hands Guanyin is extremely huge. Through the scales of life, Groot directly possessed unfathomable vast energy. Enough to play some moves between the Thousand Hand pillars. His majestic posture in the form of a Thousand Hands Guanyin was also deeply imprinted in the eyes of everyone in the Silver Protector. Even all the other alien slaves who were about to move were in awe and inexplicable. I can't wait to worship on the spot. The last trace of rebellion is gone. Hurry to your knees. Pray for the forgiveness of the Tree King Groot. My king, spare your life. We're just confused for a moment. Don't blame us. All the alien slaves burst into tears. Compared with the unreachable Thanos, Groot, who is close at hand, is the most frightening. Next time. Determined to be killed. Groot let out a roar of Hong Zhong Da Lu. Suddenly, his body began to shrink continuously. Once again back to its original appearance. However, this Thousand Hands Guanyin is still in place. Like an ancient tree of war. Full of majesty. It's like a landmark in the void. Once the enemy comes, Groot will also incarnate again as the Thousand Hands Cannon. Wave your giant arms. Crush the invading enemy. And the news of the fall of Obsidian 2 has once again reached the ears of major forces. Walter. Groot actually defeated Ebony Throat and Black Dwarf. The Flower God Colossus clan is so powerful. I heard that he transformed into a thousand-handed giant. This is the power of the Power Gem. All cosmic civilizations, major forces are talking about it. The importance attached to the Void Land has also invisibly raised a notch. Almost did not dare to launch a rash provocation. After all, Groot is unmatched. Once you come to your own planet, it will definitely cause the sky to fall apart. However, the Void Lands is an interstellar mine. There are simply no military facilities present. All the outlaws who licked blood at the knife's edge did not give up seizing this territory. Intergalactic pirates, supervillains, hurriedly board the battleship and rushed towards the void. Everyone came to an agreement to try to get a piece of the pie. After all, the Void Land, as the head of the ancient heavenly gods. All bones, spinal cord, brain tissue. On any planet, it's enough to sell for a good price. People die for wealth, birds die for food. This is an immutable truth. Fortunately, Groot had the help of Rocket Raccoon. This Rocket Raccoon, after the transformation of the Supreme Evolution, has super hands-on ability. Familiar with almost all firearms, weapons, mechanism construction. With the ring spaceship on which General Obsidian rides. Rocket Raccoon has converted a particle cannon. This particle cannon is built on the head of the ancient heavenly god. Amplify the power of the Power Gem. Radiate a Star Destroyer ray. Quite comparable to weapons of mass destruction. Able to lightly annihilate a starfleet. Lao Su is here. Void Land. Wait. The head of the heavenly god actually lit up. What's going on? All the intergalactic pirates widened their eyes. Immediately, I saw a super cannon above the head of the ancient god. Unexpectedly, a brilliant laser burst out. The scale is as large as the Rainbow Bridge. This purple laser, with its invincible power, penetrated the stars, across the universe, and instantly drowned a spaceship. Brilliant fireworks soar into the sky. All intergalactic pirates exposed to the vacuum. Instantly freezes into popsicles. Killed. Seeing that their companions were cool, the other intergalactic pirates immediately changed their minds and left without looking back. After all, although the Void Land is good, how important is it to be alive? Rocket, well done. From now on, you will be the chief tech advisor of the Void Land. I hope you can solve the mystery of the head of the God of Heaven. Let the void land have no hidden dangers. Drax, Peter Quill, Space Dog Koremo, Marvel. Even a smile appeared on the faces of Gamora and Nebula. However, each family rejoices and each family is sad. Dark Quadrant. A sanctuary that belongs exclusively to Thanos. It's bleak here. There are hardly any deep sky objects. A giant warship as strong as a Harrier eagle is docked here. Thanos sat on the steps and lowered his head, as if lost in thought. Ebony Throat, Black Dwarf. Actually died at Groot's hands. The Flower God Colossus clan actually possesses this ability. Thanos whispered softly. A trace of coldness also appeared on his face. Someone who dares to provoke Thanos. Doom is inevitable. His prestige is not a bluff. But punch by punch. Master. Do you send an army to conquer the void? A hideous-looking alien creature dressed in a black robe gripped a sharp blade, and his face also showed resentment. Order of Darkness. Never endured such humiliation. Even if Thanos is moody. And he was already furious. Swear to capture the Guardians of the Galaxy alive. Recycle the Infinity Stones. I will be the King Pioneer. Proxima Centauri on the side is burly and rugged. She and General Deadblade are still lovers. Also Thanos' right-hand man. Master a variety of craft. The character is brutal to the extreme. General Deadblade. Call Azul. I heard he met an Asgardian, didn't he? Thanos stood up. His musculature is well developed and robust. It is also full of explosive power. His body exudes a long-standing kingly aura. It did. The Deadblade general nodded. Soon, a priest like Zetarii also came to Thanos. His name is Azul. Canonized by Thanos as the leader of the Chitauri. Always worked for Thanos. True blue. After that, a young man wearing a green leather robe with an evil face followed. Honorable Lord Thanos. My name is Loki. Lofison. Quote. Accidentally fell into this place. Please don't blame you. Loki was polite. The brain is also racing. This god of lies and trickery who excels at transfiguration magic. How wise and close to the demon. Cunning as a fox. And after his plan was shattered, he voluntarily fell under the Rainbow Bridge. But by mistake came to Thanos' holy domain. Have you been to Earthstar? Thanos sits on the floating throne. A haze also appeared on his face. Yes, Lord Thanos. I'm very familiar with Earthstar. Loki rolled his eyes. He already felt his chance coming. Since he could not be king of Asgard. Then, it is a blessing to be the king of Midgard. This scepter is in your hands for the time being. There are other Infinity Stones scattered on Earth's planet. Take it from me. And the Earth Star will also be yours. Thanos waved his hand. The subordinate immediately handed over a psychic scepter. This scepter is made of Ulu Camasteel. A brilliant gemstone at the top. Hold it in your hand. You can feel a vast and boundless spiritual power sweeping over. It's as if you can control all the creatures in the world. Land of Nothingness. The Silver Guardians also received a secret message. After Gamora's deciphering, an incredible look appeared on her face. Thanos actually dispatched Temple No. 1. But did not sail to the Land of Nothingness. The Chitauri are also gathering troops. As if invading somewhere. Invade. Everyone looked at each other. Everyone is also well aware of the brutal violence of the Zetarii people. This is an alien race without feelings. Surrender to Thanos. It is also his main force to slaughter the planet. The Zetarii are starting to gather troops. Could it be that the Chitauri are planning to invade the Earth Star? Groot whispered softly. In my mind, I can't help but think of the plot of the Battle of New York. After the evil god Loki accidentally fell into Thanos' holy domain, he was entrusted with a heavy task by Thanos. Take charge of capturing the Infinity Stones on Earth. As early as the beginning of the plot, Thanos got an Infinity Stone. Mind Gem. With this Mind Gem, you can control the minds of all living beings. It can also resonate with other Infinity Stones. The evil god Loki broke into the Earth through the cosmic cube in this way. Also brainwashed to control Hawkeye Clint Barton and Dr. Shavig. A space teleportation device has been developed. Tear the sky directly. Let the Zetarii people be like no man's land. Almost captured Midgard. If it weren't for Tony Stark's shoulder nuclear bomb, he destroyed the Templar 1 mothership. Otherwise, the consequences are simply unimaginable. Ding. Please check in at the next check-in location within 30 minutes. Check-in location. Stark building. A long-lost voice announcement sounded. Groot beamed. Check into the system and help him confirm his guess. It seems that the evil god Loki has fallen into the holy domain. Also got Thanos' order. The door to space is about to open. Otherwise, within 30 minutes, it will be impossible to rush from the void to the Earth by means of space jump. Gamora, where is the Temple 1 battleship of the Chitauri? Groot asked. Temple number 1, located in this star field. Nebulae point to star charts. Temple 1. There is no cover up at all either. There is no need to cover up. Because all cosmic forces dare not provoke Thanos. Don't you dare to annoy Thanos. In my opinion, Thanos is just a jumping beam clown. He believed in the theory of cosmic equilibrium. Half of the population of a weak planet is often slaughtered. But they don't dare to attack the three major empires of the universe. It's for nothing. It's not true to the name. Groot looked disdainful. His words also made everyone in Yinhu breathe. Truly. Almost all of the planets slaughtered by Thanos had no countermeasures. Even, there are very few first-level civilizations in the universe. From this point of view, Thanos is indeed bullying the soft and afraid of the hard. He shouldn't be called Thanos. It's just a face bully. If Thanos treated them equally, he would have driven his spaceship to the Nova Empire and the Kree Empire long ago. Don't care about any other weak civilization at all. The total population of the three major cosmic empires. Up to more than 100 billion. If you can wipe out half of the population of the cosmic empire, then, it will greatly alleviate the resource problem of the known universe. A weak civilization consumes less than 1/10,000th of the resources of the three major cosmic empires. It doesn't matter at all. Groot, you're right. Thanos, just a coward who bullies the soft and fears the hard. But leave the void and take the initiative to attack him. It seems dangerous. Nebula looked worried. Before he knew it, he was deeply in love with this man. Think what they think, worry about what they worry. Groot and Thanos are very different. This is her hero. Nope. We will not leave the void. A smile lit up at the corner of Groot's mouth. Soon, he was manipulating the rapid growth of plants. Through the Mori fruit, the image of a member of the Silver Protection was created. With the life force provided by the scales of life. Let all the puppets come to life. I can also understand human speech. Execute simple commands. In this way, the Silver Guard did not leave the void on the surface. All outlaws and interstellar villains do not dare to provoke. Of course. The true guardians of the galaxy are about to sail to the star domain where Temple 1 is located to further investigate the purpose of the Chitauri. Fantastic. Another me. Can you control them? Finally someone is behind the pot. Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Space Dog Korimo, elated. Carefully looked at the wooden man's disguised self. There was also a hint of joy in his eyes. The wooden man smiled. It is also possible to have a short conversation. But there is no real thought. Because Groot only absorbed a trace of the power of the gods. If you want to strengthen yourself, you must continue to absorb other Iago seeds. Even, assimilate living planets together. Until he was promoted to the realm of the cosmic heavenly god. Perhaps, he can reappear in the world the long annihilated flower god Colossus clan. Let's go. Go. Groot boarded the ship. Soon, the Milano took off into the air, and immediately turned on the space jump mode after sailing away from the void. In an instant, I came to the star field where Temple number 1 was located. Battleship Temple 1. It's like a superfortress. The scale is far beyond the Klin prison. It's like a space behemoth moored here. No civilization, no force, knows the purpose of the Chitauri. However, Groot was clear in his heart. Soon after. A space wormhole is about to open here. Enough for the Chitauri to successfully invade Earth. Time passes little by little. The 30-minute check-in time is gradually running out. Groot and the people of Silver Lake, like ants on a hot pot, had long become restless. But at this time, the curtain of space suddenly distorted. A spatial crack slowly emerged. The other end of the crack leads to a brilliant and prosperous metropolis. See the familiar architectural style. Peter Quill's eyes were startled. Earth star. The Chitauri actually intend to invade the Earth star. What the hell is going on? Who exactly opened a spatial rift? Star-Lord blurted out. Soon, One small gliding chariot after another drove sharply towards the spatial rift. Even the space behemoth Leviathan, transformed by the Chitauri people, also swooped down towards the earth. The whole city immediately fell into chaos. Scream. Cry. One after another. After the Chitauri came to earth, they immediately carried out indiscriminate bombardment. Pulsar rays poured down. The outer glass of all skyscrapers also exploded into debris in an instant. Rush through the spatial crack. The Chitauri must be repelled. Since we swear to defend this sea of stars, you must keep your oath. Groot spoke sonorously. Suddenly, the Milano, like an off-string arrow, also passed through the spatial crack. Arrived in another civilized world. Federation. New York. New York. Manhattan. Midtown. Madison Avenue. Above a sci-fi skyscraper. Suddenly, a brilliant blue light beam burst out. This azure blue light beam directly tore the curtain of the universe. It's like opening a portal to another dimension. The firmament is instantly distorted. Directly torn open by the overbearing spatial energy. Through the space wormhole, you can see the magnificent outer space. Endless galaxies and celestial bodies circling. A super fortress the size of a city is moored here. Jet black. Sullen. Exudes an ominous aura. Battle of New York. It's officially on. This battle has a profound impact in the Marvel world. Time. Space. Soul. 3 infinity stones come together. However, in the face of the overwhelming Chitauri people, the Avengers were unprepared and unsure. Tony Stark, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye. Look up at the sky. The expression on the face also became complicated. Suddenly, an extremely huge space behemoth swooped down. During the march, the billowing wave of gas suddenly shattered the high-rise glass. It also made everyone in the Avengers sweat together. Aliens. It really exists. Loki, where did you find this group of helpers? Everyone was talking about it, and they were surprised. Soon, a middle-aged uncle wearing a plaid shirt also rode a small motorcycle to the scene of the Battle of New York. Banner. You can get angry at will now. Team America curled up the corners of his mouth. I'm very angry right now. Bruce Banner parked the car. Suddenly, his body began to swell and multiply. Developed and robust muscle tissue directly bursts the shirt. His skin is green. Clench your fists tightly. Then he smashed hard into the head of the Leviathan battleship. A sound of bones bursting sounded endlessly. The tail end of this Leviathan battleship is raised high. The armor on his body burst layer by layer. I lost power in an instant. Stranded in the streets. Hulk. With endless power. His strength will also continue to increase as his anger rises. However, the Chitauri have come to the streets of New York like locusts crossing the border. Launched a bombardment against the Avengers. And in the Stark building. Top level. An evil and crazy figure. He wears a horned helmet and a green leather coat. He gripped a curved staff. Full of fanaticism. Me. Loki. Laufeyson. Quote. Soon to become the king of the atrium. Sonorous words echoed. The god of lies and trickery in Norse mythology has begun to fantasize about the concrete picture of his ascension to the throne. Loki. Stop your stupid moves. Father will never tolerate your misdeeds. A deafening thunder suddenly sounded. Burly and powerful brute figure, descending down. He wears ornate armor in the Viking style. The bright red cloak on the back fluttered in the wind. The body surface is full of dazzling electric sparks. The face is solemn and sacred. Hold a warhammer in your right hand. He can control lightning. Hailed as the herb among the gods. He is the god of thunder and power in Asgard. The strongest warrior of the Asa god clan. Son of Odin. Saul. Idiot. Loki's face was full of hideousness. Immediately, he violently waved his psychic scepter, and immediately released a dazzling laser light. Instantly knocked away Thor, the god of thunder. Wait. At the end of the wormhole, a spaceship has appeared again. The widowed sister's beautiful eyes blinked, and she brushed the hair hanging down her ears, with a look of surprise. Immediately, the spacecraft landed directly in the Stark Tower. Ding! Congratulations to the host for arriving at the check-in location. Rewards are distributed. A heavenly sound sounded. At the moment when the countdown reached 0, Groot ascended the Stark Tower. A hint of happiness immediately appeared on his face. Finally didn't miss out on the check-in bonus. Groot looked expectant. Then, From within the backpack space, he saw a gorgeous armor made of wood. This armor is full of nature and life. The chest and shoulders are also dotted with a few green leaves. The shape is beautiful. Groot, who is also familiar with this armor, could not be more familiar. Berserk armor, it can provide a large number of lives and life recovery speed, and the material of the armor itself is almost indestructible. Berserk armor. This is a piece of defensive equipment in League of Legends. After leaving the battle, you can also quickly restore HP. If able to arm all Silver Guardian members. Even if Groot is not around, all injuries can be healed. It's like a moving spring. Instantly made Groot smile. In the blink of an eye, he took out the Madman armor. This armor is full of vigorous breath of life. A well-deserved magical creation. However, Groot didn't put on this armor for the first time. He integrated his armor into himself through the power of the Sensen fruit. Let his entire body have the characteristics of Madman armor. Moreover, he can also exert the power of creation to create a second Madman armor. With the health bonus provided by the Berserker armor, there is also a passive effect. Enough to ensure that all Silver Guardian members don't die. A piece of wooden armor. Can you stop bullets? Everyone looked at each other. However, he still took the Madman armor. Groot's power of creation has gradually become perfect. The Madman armor perfectly matched the figure of the Silver Protector, and it was almost as light as nothing. It's like a layer of skin. After putting it on, he could feel an unprecedented breath of life pouring into his body. All members of the Silver Guardian had their eyes shining. I sincerely feel the magic of this armor. Fantastic. With this armor, the safety factor has been greatly improved. Rocket Raccoon raises a ray gun. Without the slightest hesitation, he joined the battle. The Guardians of the Galaxy swear to defend and guard this sea of stars. Although, Earthstar did not pay the reward, believed to have repelled the Chitauri people. The owner of the Earthstar will definitely not be stingy. Earthstar has no master. But country by country. Peter Quill corrected. But at this time, a furious energy ray swept in. Hit him in the chest instantly. Powerful propulsion, almost knocking him down the building. However, under the protection of the Madman's armor, he was not harmed in the slightest. Thus, the awesomeness of this Madman's armor. Who are you? Why is it in my building? A cynical voice sounded. The billionaire in Mark 6 steel armor also returned to his building. This armor has been rusted and damaged due to the previous fierce battle. And he also needs to change his armor in time. Mark 7. It's hidden in the cupboard. Tony Stark. Quote. We are the Guardians of the Galaxy. Swear to defend this sea of stars. The Chitauri have a hive mindset. Once the mothership of the Chitauri is destroyed, then all the Chitauri will be dropped on the spot. Groot smiled. Looking at the mortal body, Tony Stark, who is comparable to the gods, suddenly felt good in his heart. After all, in his previous life, he was a loyal fan of Robert Downey Jr. Guardians of the Galaxy. Vowing to defend this sea of stars. Tony looked cautious. He knew almost nothing about the mysteries of the universe. For now, I can only trust this Guardians of the Galaxy for the time being. I hope you're really right. Destroy the mothership of the Chitauri and you will solve the Chitauri. But how are you going to destroy the mothership? Tony drops his armor. I saw that he had a handsome face and a mustache. Slim and tall. He is a world-famous superhero and a true billionaire. As one of the smartest people on Earth. He also has a genius brain like no other. Since he knocked out Mark 1 in the abandoned cave, he has transformed into the invincible Iron Man. However, before that, he thought he was the first superhero. However, the arrival of the Guardians of the Galaxy made him immediately change his mind. It seems that the Outer Earth Ming really exists. Moreover, other cosmic civilizations have also reached a strange level. The spaceship on which the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. It all made him feel amazed. But he didn't look at the spacecraft for the first time. Instead, he summoned his new armor. Mark 7. Flight Cabin Warframe. Able to locate his subcutaneous chip in time. New elements are also used for energy supply. It hardly does any harm and burden. This armor came galloping. Immediately, he began to change his form and directly equipped him on his body. Seeing the golden and red steel armor in front of him, the eyes of everyone in the Silver Protector also shone with a burst of essence. Your warframe. Very technical. Earth-Star technology has actually developed to this point. Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill looked at each other. Although, the two have changed their minds and become members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But he still hasn't changed his petty thief nature. If possible, the two would definitely steal this steel armor. Nope. This is my core technology. It's also the foundation of Stark Industries. Are you still going to the show? Stark raised an eyebrow. Immediately, the soles of the feet sprayed brilliant flames, and the whole person rose up. Raised his hand and struck a furious laser. Instantly crushed a row of Chitauri. Watching a play. Nope. I'm going to fix the Chitauri hard. Rocket Raccoon grinned. Immediately, raised the energy gun and pulled the trigger hard. One after another, brilliant light burst out. Instantly destroyed pieces of the Chitauri. Gamora wears a Hela crown. Summoned one sword after another of the night sky out of thin air. Sword of the night sky. Wrapped in the power of Niflheim. Invincible. Nothing breaks. Instantly through the hearts of the Chitauri people. Mew done. Blaster. Nebula clasped her hands together. I saw that the plants in the pot instantly expanded and grew. In a blink of an eye, it turned into a towering tree and directly intercepted a piece of Chitauri. The Chitauri could not dodge and collided with each other with a bang. Fireworks in the air, falling one after another. It fell into a puddle of mud on the spot. Chitauri people. As a first-class civilization in the universe, not only does it have the most advanced technological weapons, but even all the fighters have been transformed by Thanos. With a highly unified combat ideology. A biological structure that is different from ordinary people. And, the Chitauri people are endless. The number of troops is endless. Also known as the Space Borer. If Temple 1 is not destroyed in time, the whole of New York will be plunged into a raging war. The casualty figures will also be miserable. But with the Silver Protectors, they also participated in the Battle of New York. Let the precarious situation turn the polls again. Thor. You are responsible for intercepting the follow-up troops. Tony, try to keep the Chitauri from leaving New York. Hulk, smash me hard. Through the communication device, the U.S. team made an orderly sound. As a veteran of World War II, he has excellent leadership skills and strategic vision. The members of the Silver Protector also began to fight side by side with the Avengers. Two righteous forces gathered in one place in advance. And the initiator of all this. It's Groot, the treeman. This tree man is your captain. Silver Guard. Glad you're here. The widowed sister, Hawkeye, also expressed her respect. The situation is extremely critical, and there is no time for too many pleasantries. Silver Guard and Avengers fight side by side. Instantaneous pressure drops. And in the dark, Nick Fury, the one-eyed director who spied on this Battle of New York, also slowly put down the antique pager in his hand. Back in the 90s of the last century, he met an invincible superhero. Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. She can fly at the speed of light. Hands emit powerful photon blasters. You can even turn on the double star form. Once single-handedly repelled the menacing Kree fleet. Originally, he planned to recall Captain Marvel. However, the arrival of the Guardians of the Galaxy immediately made him change his mind. But a middle-aged man beside him frowned slightly. Flower God Colossus. Zehuberg Starman. Ruffinmod Starman. Actually came to Earth. Quote. Wait. They all seem to be Thanos' adopted daughters. A look of disbelief appeared on the middle-aged man's face. And mentioned the name Thanos. The one-eyed director's pupils shook. Who is Thanos? Thanos. Known as the Crazy Titans. He takes pleasure in slaughtering planets. Regularly wipe out half of the population of weak civilizations. Thanos' adopted daughter actually came to Earth to help you fight off the Chitauris. It's incredible. The middle-aged man said with a puzzled look. Taros. Are you sure? Nick Fury frowned. Very sure. I've been away from the universe for too long, though. There has been a disconnect with some of the recent situation in the universe. Perhaps, this mysterious force has no other intentions. Talos smiled. He is a shape-shifting Skuru. Friendship with Nick Fury. They also often exchange identities with each other and carry out secret missions. Skuru people. Not only can the target be copied, but even fingerprints, pupils, genes, and short-term memory can be copied together. As one of the leaders of the exile forces of the Skurrus, he has been hiding in the Earth Star. Director. The Security Council decided to launch a nuclear bomb. What to do? A beautiful woman with short brown hair and capable hands hurriedly said. Hill. The Security Council must be prevented from launching a nuclear bomb. Nick Fury looked gloomy. Once a nuclear bomb is launched, the entire million people of New York will be wiped out. Buried in a mushroom cloud. This is unbearable weight. There are definitely other ways to repel the Zeteri. Nope. Fury. Launch a nuclear bomb. A hearty and gentle female voice cut in. Natasha. Are you crazy? Nick Fury looked surprised. That's what Tony meant. The widow sister responded. Soon, Nick Fury's face changed, or decided to believe in the Avengers. This is the strongest squad on the surface that he single-handedly founded. Definitely live up to your trust. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and support our channel.